What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me here on TLP Sports Club, the YouTube channel. The discussion we are about to have on this here show that you are watching is called TLP Live. I am your host. I go by the name of Harry B. The B means billion. It also means business, but let's stick with billion, all right? So thank you so much for joining me tonight. There's a lot to talk about. It's a whole lot to talk about. I just dropped my son off. I just got back to where I live at in New York. I don't want to give my location, but I just got back home, dropping my son off to college. There's so much discussion that I missed. In the meantime, we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. Before we do, stay tuned for this message.
Bandwagon buffs,
That's right. It's your man's Harry Billion. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I got to go ahead and get into this video real quick. So that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. VW. All right, so let's go ahead and get right to work. It's a lot to talk about. So much to talk about. I wasn't even live for Dylan Gabriel's hot big game that he didn't throw an interception. I wasn't even here for that. We didn't even get an opportunity to discuss that. The interception was not his fault. Okay. I wasn't here because he wasn't throwing shots at Shador. I wasn't here for none of that. Okay. The Cleveland Browns finally chose their QB1. I almost missed that one, but I'm here for that. We're going to discuss all of it. It ain't no breaking news. We don't break news here. I give you an opportunity for us to have a true conversation, for us to discuss these things here at this wonderful place called TLP Sports Club on YouTube and TLP Live. You know, here is a beautiful community where people come and we discuss. Ain't no community like the TLP Sports Club community to discuss these topics that comes up in our sport that we watch, either college football or the NFL now. My wings are spreading. I want to say shout out to my first guy in the chat, Ty Smith. What up with you? If my eyes look a little droopy, I've been driving a long time, all right? I just got out the car. You feel me? You know, I had to take the equipment out the car, even though I took it with me, but I couldn't do anything with it because I had to be present. You feel what I'm saying? When you're dropping your son off, you're having to say, hey, man, let's put this over here. Let's put that over there. And there's a whole lot of things that was going on, so I had to pay attention to that and just be in the moment. So I am now in this moment. I may be a little droopy, I may be a little sleepy, but I'm here. I could not wait until tomorrow. I had to come on here live tonight. I may not be on here for a long time, but I had to come on here live tonight because the QB1 has been chosen. There's so much that has been talked about. I've been trying to keep track as much as I could on my mobile phone, but you know we got to come on here and we got to give the Liberian perspective. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get to work. What is the first thing we should talk about? Well, we obviously have to talk about the fact that the quarterback has been chosen. I'm kind of surprised. I'll tell you why in a second, but I'm definitely surprised. I'm surprised, and it's probably not for the reason you're thinking. But this is how we do here on this show. It's customary to let you know that you can actually join the live, guys. Join TLP Live at gmail.com. Join TLP Live at gmail.com. That is the email that you're going to email, and then I'm going to send you a link. You come on over, and we have these discussions. All right? I would love for you to come on tonight because I don't want to talk about this stuff by myself tonight. I'm a little tired. I'd rather hear your voice. So join TLP Live at gmail.com. Ty Smith, hit me up. You got to come on the show tonight. You have no choice. Hey, man, my Cash App is right there. I want to thank all of my people that donated to make sure that we get certain subscriptions for the to hang on my TV and to get certain subscriptions paid for. I want to say thank you. Namaste. God bless you. Everything. Thank you so much, guys. The subscription was paid for. I appreciate you through the Cash App, $ TLP Sports Club. Closed mouths don't get fed. They say if you don't ask, you may not get it. So you know what I'm saying? But if you ask, if you don't ask, you may not get it. If you do ask, you may get it. So I'm so glad, I'm so grateful for all of those who actually gave and helped me to pay for those subscriptions. I thank you so much. TLP is growing. We are growing incrementally, slowly, but incrementally. You know what I'm saying? Subscribers are coming through the channel. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. Me and you may not get along all the way through, but you know what I'm saying? That's what a real friend is. A friend is not somebody that you always have to agree with. A real friend is somebody that you can disagree with, but respects you. Respects you as a human being and say, man, I respect your opinion, even though I daggone disagree with you, even though I think that you are ugly and you're wrong and I don't care. I think you are absolutely wrong. That's what a really good friend is, that can tell you that you're ugly and they don't care about your opinion, but they still respect it. Who else can tell you that and still say, hey, man, we're a community over here. Do not cuss in my presence. I'm a man of God. You know what I'm saying? And we can still be friends. Come on now. That's what a true friend is. But if you're looking for a yes man, I ain't the channel for you. I'm sorry. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get to work. Let me check my email, make sure I can send out all the requests to join the show. I appreciate y'all. Let me go ahead and send out the let me take this off the screen first of all. We're about to start the show, guys. Give me a moment. You know, we gotta let people come in. Please hit the like button, hit the share button. Let everybody know that we're here. More people are gonna come on if you are sharing it. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend. That's what they always say. You feel me? Okay, I'm supposed to be inviting people right now. I just had a blank. I'm tired, guys. I'm so tired, but we gotta have a conversation. You feel me? We gotta have a conversation. All right, let me send it to my regulars. Give me a second here. All right. Oh, nope, that's not the right button to press. All right. The show will get started momentarily. Please give me a second as I handle some business. You feel me? All right, so let's go ahead and get the show started. That like button. Let's get more people watching, guys. I don't care who else is live. I don't care what game it's on. Let's go. You feel me? So this is how it goes down. Joe Flacco is QB1. I'm surprised. And this is why I'm surprised. I'm surprised because it took so long. I'm surprised that we all knew what was going down. We all knew it. I'm surprised. Like, we didn't have to get there. Like, we didn't have to wait for all of this craziness for y'all to tell us, oh, there's a QB battle, where all along we knew that it was going to be Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders. I told my folks, I said, hey, man, it doesn't matter what happens in this game. Dylan Gabriel's not going to move. Shedeur's not going to move. I knew it. I said it'll take like Dylan Gabriel like maybe 20 interceptions in the first 10 seconds of the game, maybe, for him to move spots, right? Because the Dylan Gabriel that we've been seeing, the way they've been, handling him, Dylan Gabriel is their guy. They love him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's the color for the protection. You know that thing that your Black Americans say? I'm African, so I don't have to say like y'all say. You know that, like, he's the protection for the color or something like that. I don't know if it's a white thing. I don't know. But he's not white, though. He's like brown. He's not Caucasian. I think he's more Caucasian. But yeah, man. They make excuses for Dylan. We're going to get into that, too. I'm also going to address the whole, I didn't take a shot at Shedeur. I want y'all to hear my opinion on that, too. So, because there's a lot to talk about. And I'm going to talk about all of it tonight. Graciano, man, thank you for sending me that email. I didn't know that was you with the name, with your actual name. I just want to say salute. I definitely know the name. But I know the Graciano name. I didn't know the other name. So my bad for, mixing up your name. But yeah, I do know that name, man. You've been around for a minute, so I said salute to you. All right. Selmo, what up with you? No cut, no trade, no sir. Now that we're all happy around here, we want him to be cut. We want him to be traded. We want him to be out of Cleveland so fast. I can't wait. I can't wait anymore. I'm ready for him to be up out of there. All right. So listen. They take care of Dillon Gabriel. They make a lot of excuses for him because he's their guy. I don't understand why. Because the Cleveland Browns are not one of the best organizations in the National Football League. That's the NFL. They're not. They're moving like they are, but they're not. I did a live, I think my last live that I did, I forgot when it was. I don't even know what day this is. I think it's Monday. Because I think I started driving on Friday or Saturday. I think this is Monday. Somebody let me know. Is it Monday? Oh, man. All right. The Cleveland Browns protect Dillon Gabriel. I don't even know if that's the last thing I was saying. Okay, so Gerald Chisholm said he thinks he's a white boy. Well, I mean, if I was J-Lo, I would think I was white too. If I'm close, I'm white, bro. If I was light-skinned, I would be white too. Shoot. All those privileges that white people get, shoot. If I was close, if I wasn't this dark, if I was just a little lighter, I'd be like, hey. I don't think they say hey. I think that's us. I'm part of the African American community, even though I'm straight African. I'll be like, hello, sir. How are you? Oh man. I'm too tired to be joking right now. Let's go, man. Let's go. But I want y'all to call in today, man. Let me put the email back up. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I want y'all to do some of the talking today. But it's a lot to talk about. We got to talk about it, though. I'm the right person to talk about this. Join TLPlive@gmail.com. Join TLPlive@gmail.com. And $ TLP Sports Club. If you want to bless me to keep this channel free, you send me a few dollars. I say thank you. And we just keep this show for free. I will appreciate it, though, because I got a few things that I want to do. I got one more subscription I need to pay for. I think I want to get Hulu because I'm going to be doing college football. You feel me? So I need, like, split screen. I need the YouTube Premium so I can download videos and stuff. So if you bless the brother, I can do all of that. So Cash App is $ TLP Sports Club. And I thank you for all of y'all that send me the money that you send me so I can pay for what I already paid for. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I do this full time, by the way. He said, be proud of your shade. No, I'm happy to be darker than dark. I'm happy to be Wesley Snipes. But I'm just saying, if I was. All right? I'm just saying, this is me. If I was J-Lo, I would go for all the white parts. If I was Dillon Gabriel, I'm white, bro. I'm sorry. They got too many privileges for me to be like, oh, no, I want to be part of the culture. Yay. Like, nah, bro. We get arrested, shot. We get redlined. Nah, bro, I'm good. For what? Kool-Aid? Fried chicken? And a barbecue? Maybe the barbecue, but y'all can keep it. If you're new around here, it's like a new church, okay? A new church that you're visiting. If you're not used to the joke on this channel, I'm sorry, but this is how we keep this show interesting. But yeah, Dillon Gabriel, let's go. I need my energy to be up here so I can do this show. My show is about energy, high energy. You feel me? So yeah, man. So Dillon Gabriel is, their guy. But let's go ahead and talk and get the whole QB1 situation out the way first. If nobody joins the show and want to talk about this with me, I'll do the first segment by myself, and I'll wait for y'all to get it all together so you can come on the show. Because it's Monday night. Yeah, oh, okay, I just looked at my computer. It says Monday, August the 18th. All right, so He said, "This is real." Be smart, MAGA listening. I'm not afraid of MAGA. I don't care. Like, I'm just saying, like, if I was light skinned, I'm white. But I'm dark skinned, so I'm black. So I'm Black American. I'm African American. I said if. I didn't say, you know what I'm saying? I said if I was light skinned, because the privileges are a lot. But the fact that I'm dark skinned, I'm taking the privileges on the other side. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here. I'm with the barbecue. I love chitlins. If you can't handle the jokes, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Anyways. So I'm surprised that it took so long for us to get Joe Flacco to be QB1. I'm thinking, this is what I think. I think what they did was to try to use the publicity, to try to use the drama, and I think it came from the top. That's what I think. I think it came from Haslam himself, Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Cleveland Browns, with, I believe, his wife or his sister. Some lady is always by him when they're doing their stuff. I think it's either his sister or his wife, co-owners, I think. All right, y'all let me know. Y'all check me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, man, I think it came from the top because you want to capitalize. That's good business decision, by the way. For those of you who want to get mad that they use Shador, I've seen some of the comments and whatnot. Look, if you were running a business and you knew that kind of hype was around your company, you want to maximize that kind of hype. So I think it came from the top. Let's maximize this. Call it the GM and the owner or whoever, the owner will put in there and say, look, y'all go talk about it. What do you think we should do? Shador comes with a million army, and we got to take advantage of this. So let's call it a QB competition. Even though we knew that Joe Flacco was the veteran the year prior from not the 2023 season, right? Or 2023 season. Because, yeah, the year before last season, Joe Flacco took him to the playoff. So if you're bringing Joe Flacco back in, then you know that he's the starter because Deshaun Watson he's not playing. He's hurt. So who's the next best guy to start your season in the right momentum? Keep in mind that preseason they're 2-0. Dylan Gabriel won their game. Like, he was a quarterback, so they won the game. Dylan Gabriel won his game. Even though we got to talk about the nuances of that game, right? But yeah, they're 2-0. So if you want to start the season with a momentum, you start with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is not going to give you more than 9 games. I've said it over and over again. Joe Flacco will not give you more than 9 games. Keep that in mind. Because he's 40 years old. Let's say that again. He's not going to go the entire 17-game season. He's not going to make it there. All right? He hasn't made it there in years. So I'm not just saying it because I'm trying to age shame him. It's just what has happened since, like, you go back like 10 years. He hasn't done it. So because the NFL it takes a lot. It takes a toll on your body. All those hits, all those runnings, the preparation, everything mentally, it takes a toll on your body. So Joe Flacco would not make it the entire season. All right? So now we can start guessing which week is Joe Flacco going to go down. And then who's next? They said Kenny Pickett and then Dylan Gabriel. I think they have the entire roster still. They brought in Snoop, right? Huntley is still there. If I'm missing anything because I've been out of the loop for a couple of days, y'all let me know. But as far as I know, we still got 5 quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson is number 6, and he's doing the let me call it the Cormani. You know, when players want to show that they're still good, they turn on they get their boys to hold their camera or their phone or whatever, or they call their camera crew, and then they start doing the throws. If you're a quarterback, you start doing this thing with your foot turning the right way, like you're trying to make sure everything looks good for the camera, you start doing the right things. I posted that video. It got over 100,000 views already. Go check it out. He's looking way too good. I'm like, dang, you looking perfect, bro. That's what's up. Like, go sit down somewhere and stop playing with our emotions, okay? Mr. Achilles. Anyways, he's out of the picture. Stop playing with me. If you come back, but who cares? At this point, who cares? I'm exhausted. I'm tired from driving all this time, okay? From driving all of this week, and then I've been exhausted since the Shedeur Sanders was drafted by the Cleveland Browns. I've been exhausted since, and I'm still exhausted. And then I have to drive on top of that. I'm exhausted with this whole process, but I'm surprised it took so long. Because we didn't have to go through all of this. Remember, we're rolled up, the yibbity do and everything else. We didn't have to go through all of that. But they wanted to milk it. The owner said, hey, I believe it's the owner. This is just my theory. It's not alleged because I'm not saying anything malicious that's going to try to put the organization in a bad place. The owner called and said, hey, man, let's milk this situation. And it did. They milked it. All of us are talking about it. We're making videos. The thumbnails are all there. Use Cleveland Browns, all the podcasts, all of the ESPN shows, the Fox Sports. Everybody who has a sports show is talking about Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. So if it was the 5 heartbeats, it was who? Y'all drop the name in the chat. If it was the 5 heartbeats, it's such and such and the 5 heartbeats. It was the Jackson 5. It was Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5. All right? It's LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. Okay? It is Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. All right? So it is Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns. But here we are. Joe Flacco is the quarterback, QB number 1. He's going to take us into the season. That's what we're going to do. We're going to watch Joe Flacco for at least 3.5 weeks. That's what I'm giving him. I'm giving Joe Flacco 3.5 weeks. Okay? I know we're 2-0 in the preseason. I know that the Cleveland Browns, like I told you on the last live, have a pretty decent squad. That AFC East, North, I believe that's what it's in. Somebody check me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the AFC North. It's not a joke. All right, let's put it up. I'm going to make sure. I'm surprised that it took so long. I'm not surprised who it chose, but I'm surprised it took so long. All right, so let's do this. I'm coming on here late. I know y'all got work to do tomorrow. I promise you I'm not going to be too long. But if you can call into the show, I would definitely appreciate you calling in so I don't have to do this alone. Now, let's put it on the big screen. Which button do I press? Okay, there we go. All right, so Saturday, obviously, is going to be the final preseason game. And then September the 7th, we're going to be playing the Bengals. How many of y'all think that the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Bengals? After the Bengals, we're going to the Ravens, September the 14th, and then we get the Green Bay Packers. We get the Detroit Lions, and boy, they've been playing recently. Man, the Detroit Lions were like when I would say during how do I let me give this a name? PK, pre-Kaepernick, and then PK post Kaepernick. Okay, PK. So post Kaepernick or during Kaepernick, the Lions were nothing. They were not as good. When I stopped watching the Kaepernick in AFC North. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, I'm still there. So the Detroit Lions were reminiscent of the Cleveland Browns to me. They were just a place where you didn't want to go play football. But now they have turned into one of the teams to watch in the postseason. So I don't think there's any way that the Cleveland Browns beat the Lions. But again, I'm an analyst. The way I look at this thing, the Cleveland Browns are going to be like what I said about Colorado. The Cleveland Browns are going to surprise a lot of people this year. And believe you me, what I'm telling you, they're going to surprise a lot of people. I know that y'all think the 4.5, you're going to take the under, but I'm taking the over. If you're a bettor, you take the over just for fun, all right? I ain't telling you what to do with your money. I ain't telling you how to bet or whatever. You lose money, that's on you. But the Detroit Lions are not going to be an easy game. The Vikings, I don't know for sure. October the 5th. October 12th is the Steelers. October 19th, I hope I'm doing the right year. Lord have mercy. I don't want to go do this whole thing. All right, 2024. Okay, there we go. I'm doing the right one. Y'all forgive me, please. October 19th, we're gonna be playing the Miami Dolphins. So let's see where do we start? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. This is where I'm telling you, if Flacco makes it past the Green Bay Packers, and this is like he's stinking it up. Flacco start flacking. Right? When Flacco starts to flack, it's going to be Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions. We ain't going to leave the Baltimore Ravens out of this because you know who the Baltimore Ravens are. You know what type of quarterback play they come in with. So the way I'm thinking, man, Flacco's going to start flacking right away. So I'm not worried about Flacco. This is what we wanted in the beginning. This is what we wanted anyway. Who cares? Let's go through the rest of the game. The Vikings, the Browns, the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the remake Patriots. You know what I'm saying? They're coming into their own. The Jets, yeah. I mean, that's my team. This is a toss-up game. This is a winnable game, obviously. The Ravens, good luck with that. We get into November. We start playing the Jets in November. November not looking too bad, but yeah. The Ravens in November. Good luck, Browns. The Raiders, Geno Smith with his bird fingers. I don't know. Could be a winnable game. Geno Smith with those two birds he's throwing up. The 49ers, the Tennessee Titans with the guy where I think the number one guy. Well, not Tennessee Titans. What am I talking about? Is it the Tennessee Titans? Anyways. Then we got the Bears. The Bills playing really good right now. This is Super Bowl contender right here. The Steelers. And you got the Bengals January 4th. That's what we're looking at. 3.5 weeks is what I'm giving Flacco to start flacking. I'm not saying he ain't going to be playing after 3.5 weeks, but he's going to start flacking. Flacco's going to start flacking 3.5 weeks. You're going to start seeing Flacco. If he's not flacking, then that means that my prediction, letting you know that that the defense is a pretty good defense and they're playing complementary football. It is a possibility that the Cleveland Browns are looking good and everybody's feeling good that is a Cleveland fan. The people that are not going to be feeling good are going to be those Shador fans that cannot wait for Flacco to flack hard enough. That's going to be the rest of us, where we're just like, when is Shador getting in the game? Week number 5, week number 6, we start counting. That's when we start looking like, all right, what's going on? And you know, if they're like 1-3, 1-4, you can start licking your chops. Because then they're going to start going through quarterbacks. You got Dylan Gabriel. You got Kenny Pickett, who we haven't seen in the preseason. They got to get rid of somebody. I don't know what they're doing. They got to get rid of somebody. The Cleveland Browns have to get rid of somebody, bro. Like, yo, you got too many quarterbacks, bro. Who y'all getting rid of? It's like a hoarder. I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns like there's some hoarders. You know y'all hoarders out there. We're all the same. You and me, we're all hoarders. You know who you are if you're a hoarder. My sister-in-law is a minimalist. Okay? She has her bed in the middle of her house. Everything is white. One teacup, a pot, one spoon. If you're a minimalist, you know who you are. But us hoarders, we keep everything. And it's sad, but everything looks good. Look, I had some old broadcast equipment that I didn't get rid of until Brooklyn. I think like my 3rd or 5th. I don't even think I got rid of all of them. Man, and I got to New York in 2006 to work on a movie that John Singleton was producing. All right? I have broadcast equipment that I've had in Maryland for years. I never got rid of them. Oh, this cable looks too good. It still works. You feel me? The Cleveland Browns remind me of a daggone hoarder. Everything looks good to them. They don't want to get rid of nothing. You got 5 quarterbacks. Shador Sanders, Joe Flacco, who's your QB1 now. You got Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and you got Snoop. Deshaun Watson is over there doing this. Deshaun Watson is doing his thing. He's getting ready. Oh, man. I got to get up out of here, man. Deshaun Watson, the word on the street is that he could be ready by mid-season. He's getting ready. So then we'll have, 6 quarterbacks? But they don't want to get rid of nobody. The depth chart is crazy. So what's happening? Like, why are we going through this? Who are they going to get rid of? Trade Shador, please, for the love of Christ. Like, please, trade Shador. Just trade him. I'm ready to root for a new team. When the season comes, I don't want to be rooting for the Cleveland Browns. I don't. I don't care for the Cleveland Browns. I don't want to be rooting for them. I mean, like, seriously, it's enough. Enough is enough. I don't want to root for y'all. Terrible organization. Terrible organization. But it is what it is. Here we are. September the 7th, we're going to be rooting for the Cleveland Browns with the Bengals. Man, look at these scores. Can you believe the Cleveland Browns are 2-0? Like, can you bring yourself to say 2-0 with synonymous with Cleveland Browns? Let me say hello to everybody else that's in there. Kim, what up with you? Kim Moiwaki? Rakim? What's up with you? That's an interesting name. We be, what up with you? This is a false narrative. It was always known Flacco is the starter. That's why he wasn't even doing a lot of reps in camp. The issue is DG being used to keep number 2 from elevating on the depth chart. Which false narrative? I'm surprised that it took so long. So I don't think it's a false narrative. I'm letting you know. Like, I'm surprised that it took so long for them to say that Joe Flacco was the daggone starter. We all knew that. We knew that. We're saying, like, we know that Shador is their franchise quarterback. And just like Cam Ward, who went straight to his team and got to work, that's what we as a fan base expected from whatever team Shador got to. So all of this talk where all the rookies don't play, rookies don't do this. Jaden Daniels at the Washington Commanders. Cam Ward is starting. Caleb Williams was a rookie, started. I mean, rookies start. We have examples, but when it comes to Shador, rookies don't get playing time. So I don't know what that. Okay, all right. That they don't count. That don't count. Wild Dog is in the chat. Woof, woof. Wild Dog, what up with you? It's a light-skinned female. Erica Ransom, what's up with you? Hope all is well. Chris Council. I knew it too. Straight collusion. It was never a competition. We know that. The Browns are the real entertainers. They are using too for clicks and clout. Oh, that's 12, by the way. 12, not 2. He asked us to respect 12. Coach never wanted Shador. People, let me put this up. This is from Why Say Why X. Coach never wanted Shador. People have hoped for change, but they continue to execute their plan without Shador. Just accept that unless the Lord changes things, they will continue to try and humiliate Shador. If 2 people are praying, then who gets the benefit of the doubt? Boxing, what up with you? Hope all is well. You said, like I said, there is QB. Like I said, what QB competition? I mean, we litigated that. You remember? We talked about that. JR Boxing. Yo, come on the show, by the way. I'm tired. Cleveland Brown front office is a joke. We knew that there was no quarterback competition, but we had to talk about the fact that they set it up as a QB competition. We knew that there wasn't a QB competition. I think the conversation that you brought up was that the NFL doesn't have QB competitions. We already put that to bed. But the general manager said there was a competition. And we knew that there was a competition because, number one, you have no QB1 and you haven't told us that there was a QB1. And then you just told us that now we have a QB1. So if there is no competition, then how do you tell us on Monday, August the 18th, that your QB1 is Joe Flacco? Right? So somewhere in that organization, the communication is not, whatever it is, it's not communication. It's not communicating. Because they told us that there was a QB competition and Kenny Pickett was part of that, and then the 2 rookies. So Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco, if Kenny doesn't go down, then it's Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders. And then you got to add Snoop into that. So the way that the preseason and the camp went, I don't know that Snoop is going to be far off. Like, he's probably going to be in arm's reach because they got to cut him. They cannot keep 4 quarterbacks, let alone 5. You do not have the roster space for all of that. You're not getting rid of no wide receiver or no running back or no offensive lineman. You're not getting rid of your special teams. You can't get rid of the practice players. You got to keep them, but they're not on the roster. They're just practice guys that come to work Just like you go to work, you're 9 to 5. They got to come to work and prepare that team to play every week. So they got to get rid of somebody. So in the meantime, where did it? I'm glad that they didn't make it any longer, right? They said, "Oh, next week we're gonna tell y'all who the quarterback is. Monday we get it. Boom, let's go. Okay, fine. Now that we know that we're gonna go into the week number 3, final preseason game, knowing who the quarterback is. No more surprises, no nothing. Let's go. Joe Flacco. 3.5 weeks is what I'm giving him. That's it. After 3.5 weeks, Joe Flacco is going to start flacking. He's going to start flacking. When he starts flacking, now we're going to try to decide who's next. Are you going to stay true to your pecking order? You have to, or you look silly. You gotta stay true to your pecking order, or you will look silly. And then your pecking order is going to start pecking. And right when they start pecking, we're going to be saying, sure. You're going to be hearing that whisper. Shudor. Shubidor. Shudor. Shudor. Shubidor. Shudor. It's going to get louder and louder. Shudor. Shubidor. Shudor. Shubidor. Put them in. Shudor. Shubidor. In the still of the night, Shudor. Week number 6, you're going to start hearing that song. Shudor, Shubidor. Eric Whitlow, what up with you? What's happening to Shudor is hard to watch. All this young man wanted was a fair chance. Shaking my head. A fair chance, you say. Good luck with that. Maybe you should have paid attention to us. We were here. We were talking about it. We were telling you this is not a fair chance. It's not. There's no such thing as a fair chance with these bad news bears. Not at all. All right, Tim, I'm coming to you. Thank you for the request, by the way, my brother. Lord. The next segment I'm going to be talking about, guys, we got to address this whole was who he was referring to. Said, I'm suffering from Browns fatigue. Trade 2. Trade 12. You got to respect the man's, what's the name? He said 12. He said we called him 12, and if you don't respect it, then you don't respect him. That's what he said. That ain't my words, okay? All right, Spine neck is weird situation. Peyton Manning had a sit still, SB, then immediately retired. What are you referring to, spine neck? Who's got spine neck injury? Wild Dog. Anyways, you about to come on the show anyways. Oh, Lord, I didn't even bring my water today. Great. Keisha, if you hear me, if you're watching the show, please bring my water. Bring it to the studio, please, baby. I love you. All right, so let's go ahead and address this situation. I wasn't here. I wasn't part of it, and I know you've heard all the different parts of it. You've heard everything. But I want to give you a different perspective. I want to give you this perspective. So, from ESPN, response to Mike Blakeslee. What does Mike Blakeslee say? Oh, okay. Browns need to sign DB Asante Samuel Jr. He hurt his neck, so teams are worried about that. Give him a 1-year prove-it deal to show he is okay. He is better than anyone. He is better than anyone we have at nickelback. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. All right. All right, so let's do it this way. According to ESPN and Stephen A. Smith, Dylan Gabriel was asked. Was it Stephen A. Smith? No, I'm sorry. According to Unk and Ocho, Dylan Gabriel was asked, "Why are you so comfortable on camera?" Give me a second. All right. So Dylan Gabriel was asked, because I wasn't here. Y'all forgive me. I know you've heard it probably 1,000 times, but I want to give my perspective and I want to give you what I think happened. He was asked, "Why are you so comfortable in front of the cameras?" And Dylan Gabriel said, "Yeah, it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers, there's competitors, and I totally understand that. But my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on." Dylan Gabriel was asked, "Why are you so comfortable in front of the cameras? Why are you so comfortable with the cameras?" And he said, I'm going to repeat this. All right. I want y'all to take this in stride, because when things are being said, there's so much noise, people don't really get to understand between the noise. Everybody's yelling. You're yelling. I'm yelling. Like this noise. Okay. Yeah, it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. But my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on. And then I heard that the internet went ablaze. Ablaze or ablaze? Ablaze. Everybody had an opinion. Sides were chosen. Just like anytime something happens, sides were chosen. A lot of people were saying that he was taking a shot at Shador. Some people was like, nah, that's not what it was. Here is what I believe it is. By the way, Stephen A. Smith took what I said. He said what I said when I first heard it and when I responded to it. Dylan Gabriel did not have Shador Sanders on his mind when he made those statements. He was not saying Shador Sanders is an entertainer. But here's the problem. Okay? Here is the problem with this. His head coach is Dan Lanning from Oregon. Dan Lanning, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't play them in 24. We played them in 23. Dan Lanning, when Shador and company went up to Oregon to play, Dan Lanning got on camera. His camera crew were recording, and he made sure that they recorded this. He made these statements. He said, this game would not be played in Hollywood. I'm not going to call him verbatim. We do not play for clicks and views. We play for substance. This game will be played on the field. As you remember, or if you remember, that too went viral. All right. Hey, guys, I send y'all the link. Y'all pull up on me. Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Let's go. I send y'all the link. All right. So, when he said that, everybody talked about it. We play for substance. They play for clicks and views. Dan Lanning said that. Let's come back now to this time. The statement of, yeah, there are entertainers and then there are competitors. I'm a competitor. I compete. I'm going to let you know that a lot of us who are in the Shador, Deion Sanders ecosystem, the fan base, a lot of us are not crazy. We're not stupid. We're very astute. We understand what's going on. A lot of us know that it's possible he wasn't talking about Shador, but we remember what happened with Dan Lanning. So the association is reminiscence of what Dylan Gabriel said. And then here's the kicker. When you say, remember what question you were asked. Let me go. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Let me make sure I'm doing this the right way. If they're asking you about your comfortability in front of the cameras, right? And you say there are entertainers and there are competitors, and I totally understand that. Gabriel said, "My job is to compete, and that's what I'm doing." All right. Within the entertainment world, there are also competitors. Okay? Let's take your brain power and let's take how you're thinking about this process. And even if you didn't mean it for it to be directed to Shador, we have PTSD. We understand we've litigated the whole Dan Lanning situation the entire time. So we remember. We know what's happening. Okay? That's your head coach. Y'all probably still texting. Hey, man, what's going on with you? How's the competition over there? Yo, I know I see and I hear, you know, even though I'm preparing for my season, I see a lot of people, you know, just keep your head down, keep your head up. I mean, keep your head down, do the work, but keep your head up. You feel me? This is Dan Lanning possibly talking to his guy. Hey, man, just put in the work. You know what we do. We're not playing for clicks. You're not playing for clicks. Let him compete. I mean, you compete. Let them do the video thing. I'm sure Dan Lanning is still somewhere. So if he has said this before, as is being alleged, when he was in college, this is Dylan Gabriel now. If he has said this before while he was in college, this was a terrible time for you to say that, because the week prior to you playing, Shador Sanders, his entrance was litigated in the media. People talked about his entrance. Did he have an entourage? Who was the guy holding the stick? We had to go and do investigation. Put in the picture. Take a picture, pull it apart. Oh, that was a teammate. We did all of that. People were trying to bring out a story. People were trying to bring this young man against Shador Sanders and try to bash him again. So they were trying to find a reason. Wild Dog, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today? What's up with you? You might have to unmute.
Hey, Harry B. Blessings, brother. Thank you for having me. Hey, blessings to the BWB bandwagon buffs. Greetings to the BWB bandwagon Browns, baby.
Salute, salute. All right, so let me let this out, and then we'll talk about it, Wild Dog. So Shador's entrance, the fact that he has a reality show, or he's been on reality shows, the fact that he's been on camera since he was in diapers, bro, it's reminiscence of all of that. So when you say that, even though in my, I would say, rational mind, I know that you probably weren't thinking about Shador. You possibly were thinking about what you wanted to do, or the essence of what you were trying to say is this. Let me just lay it out for people to understand. This is the essence of what he was trying to say, and it landed the wrong way. He went back to something that he has said in college before. And this is the essence of what he wanted to say. When they asked him about why he's so comfortable in front of the cameras, this is what he really, if he had taken the time to realize what he was saying in real time, this is what he was going to say. He was trying to say, yeah, I don't really worry about that camera stuff. It was simple. He's like, yeah, I understand. Oh, I mean, I don't worry about that camera stuff. I'm here to play football. You feel me? If I'm comfortable, if you feel like I'm comfortable, it's probably because, I am who I am. I'm authentic. I'm about this game, and that's who I am. And I don't try to front for nobody. It's just who I am, and that's it. I just try to be myself all the time. That's why I come across as being comfortable. But that whole camera stuff, that ain't me. I just do what I do, and I'm true to myself. That is the essence of what Dillon Gabriel was trying to say. But keep in mind now, this stuff is going 1,000 miles per hour. If you remember 42, the movie 42, Jackie Robinson, the girl, I think it was the girl that was telling him, saying, slow it down in your head. This stuff is going to come a mile. If it's either the girl or somebody was telling him, and for the media stuff. When they ask you a question, slow it down. Let it come to you. Just like the ball, let it come to you. So this stuff is going fast. I'm not trying to defend Dillon Gabriel. I'm just telling you the essence of how I'm reading this in the media and how the media works, because I'm a media member, all right? Before YouTube, that's what I did. So that's the essence of what he really wanted to come across. But when he says there are entertainers and there are competitors, I'm a competitor, bruh. You don't get to decide how people are going to litigate this, because that's a direct reminiscence of what Dan Lanning, your head coach, said in 23. Hey, Wild Dog, it was in 2023, right? Not the 24 season? I think so. Wild Dog, his mic is off. So it was reminiscence of what
2 years ago.
2023, right. So it was reminiscence of what happened in 2023 and what you probably said, because somebody said you had said a similar answer, right? Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to sound cute. You're trying to sound like, you want to sound like a football player. I don't worry about these cameras. These cameras is part of the job. You know what I'm saying? We are in the idea of sports is sports entertainment, but I worry about competing. I'm trying not to get too caught up in the whole camera aspect of it, but I do understand that it's part of it. That is exactly what he wanted to come across as saying, that sports is entertainment, and he understands that part of the game, but he is a competitor, and he's not trying too much to try to think about the cameras being around. Wild Dog, what do you think about that? And then I'll give the other part of it. Do you think that's the essence of what he was trying to say? Let me get your thoughts on that first.
Yes, Harry B. I mean, you've examined it, and I knew it. I knew that's not what he was really trying to relay in the moment. Mm-hmm. And as a player, or even as an entertainer, I was like, oh, he kind of fumbled around with that one a bit, mm-hmm. And then if I can go there, I mean, lots of PR training. I mean, PR training 101. just repeat the question.
Mm.
Right? Buy yourself some time. You know, the reporter asks him a question, repeat the question back to her, and then form your answer around it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that would have bought himself some time for him just to give, like you said, a simple answer and not getting, it's unfortunate, and I know you got more to say, but maybe I can go into a little more, but I want to apologize to you, Harry B.
You say you want to apologize to me?
Yeah, you know me, I love eating crow. I don't mind being wrong. I stand 10 toes down, but I want to apologize.
Well, I don't know what you're apologizing for. I haven't been part of this conversation. I'm just, because I'm late to the game, I just wanted to provide my perspective to let people know that, okay, this is what I believe happened. But saying that, people were like, you cannot help but to think that, okay, that's a shot, because people are going to remember what Dan Lanning said. You were under the tutelage of Dan Lanning, and you're probably still texting and stuff like that. And we all know that was a big deal in 2023. And then you say that, even though it wasn't a direct shot, but people are saying it wasn't a shot at anything. It was a shot. It was a shot. Whether it was at Shedeur or not, it was a shot. Because what you have to also understand is that you cannot discount journalists, people that are in the business of media who are making your game more interesting. You can't say that they're not competitors at all, because they have to compete with the next guy to make sure that what they're writing gets the most views. That's competition in itself. So while you can defend yourself saying that was not a Shedeur shot, even though it was way too late for that, it was a shot, and you should not be in the business of taking shot at people.
Hey, Harry B.
Yeah.
Hey, with all the context, with everything, dude, I mean, it was a shot, but for the urban folks, he emptied the clip.
Yes.
He didn't mean to empty the clip, but he emptied the clip. For all the folks in the South or the rural folks, he did a double barrel, both shots with slugs, but he didn't mean to. He didn't mean to, but he had to switch the wrong way, and both barrels shot, boom, boom, right into it. There's accidents, but not really any accidents, because what has he been talking about? Right? It was a Freudian slip. Why did he slip? So it is what it is. And he's down that rabbit hole, and Harry B, he never gonna completely recover from it.
This is what I want to come across. I want this to land. I want this to land. I want people to understand that this has to land. All right. JR Boxing, I got you 1 second. I'll be right with you. JR Boxing, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today, man? Thank you for coming on. You might have to unmute. Okay, he'll be back. All right, so listen. This is what I want to land. Regardless of who it was at, it was a shot. Let's make that very clear. Let's make sure we are clear on that it was a shot. And yes, KMS, Peter Investor, what up with you? Hope all is well.
But hey, Harry B, but what KMS is talking about is like, but that's why I was apologizing to you, because you went on Gabriel, right? And all his talking, his hype, but he's not really delivering. And I have my rules and try to remind folks that, hey, they rookies, right? Let's not go in on rookies. Let's not go in on freshmen. They're freshmen and rookies. They're all in development. This is all new to them. Let's not go in on them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm apologizing, because you was like, hey, wow, dog, you saying that after I went in on Gabriel. But I knew why you went on Gabriel, because he's an Oregon Duck. It's got nothing to do with him being a rookie or a freshman. Right. It's the fact that he's an Oregon Duck. He's a Dan Lanning, prodigy product. So I understood, where you're coming from. So KMS, he's an Oregon Duck. It got nothing to do with anything of the man being an Oregon Duck, right?
But hold on, Wild Dog. Let me land this. Let me land this, and then I'll give you the mic. Give me a second, because I need this to be very clear. Whenever a person is in a what you call a higher position, right? Whenever that person is in that higher position, they have this knack. It's an American thing, right? And I'm going to indict the American culture on this. Whenever you're in a higher position, they tend to do this thing where they try to step on the next thing or the lower thing, because what he did there was that specific thing. Right? There are entertainers, and I get that, but I'm a competitor. What does that say? That means that competitors now takes a higher level than entertainers. So you're saying that if you're just an entertainer, I'm looking down upon you because I'm a competitor. I'm focused on competing. There are entertainers, and then there are competitors. You guys are just here to make me laugh, but I'm a real competitor. You guys are just here to entertain me, keep me entertained, but this here is real life. It was a shot. I want you to understand that was a shot. We don't have to litigate the Shador part. Whether you're hurt, you have all the reason to be hurt and to know that was a shot at Shador. If that's how you feel, you can run with that, and that's fine with me. Totally fine with me. I'm saying for those of y'all who are saying that was not a shot, that was him just shooting what he's shooting, it was a shot. If you are in a higher position, you have no right to step down on somebody or something that you deem not to be on that level that you think that you are on. We do that as Americans, and that's not a good thing to do. So as an entertainer or somebody that's in a higher position, you cannot say, like the actor cannot say, "Oh man, you just a cameraman. I'm a A-list actor. You're just, you guys are just cameramen. I'm an actor." We're always trying to one-up each other in the culture, in this American culture. We're always trying to one-up each other. You work in the mailroom. I'm an executive. You're down here. I'm up here. So it was in its essence. That's what I want to land. I want to let y'all know that it was a shot in its essence. The Shador thing, we can all take it for barbershop talk. The barbershop talk, you know that was for Shador. You know for a fact that was for Shador. But the way that he said it made it for Shador. What he meant to say was, I'm not worried about no cameras. I'm a competitor. That's what he meant to say from the explanation. So I can take the explanation and say, I get it. But come on, man, the way you said it, people have a right to say that was for Shador. Let's bring on JR. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity to react to it. Let's go to JR Boxing. He just came on here. JR Boxing, welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. What's up today?
Harry was good. Wild Dog, what's happening, player? What up? What up?
Salute.
Let's get you rolling. Your thoughts on how I laid it out, what he meant to say, how the culture is taking it, and he should be responsible for the fact that he's trying to take a shot at or trying to do that American thing that we do, one up somebody. Whether or not he meant to do it for Shador, he should not be taking shots at people. Your thoughts?
I mean, look, I agree with you, probably about 60%.
All right, give me the 40%.
The other 40% is, you know what I'm saying? Look, hey, pop your ish. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the time of the interview, like I think they had just finished like the second drive or something like that, and they was interviewing him. Like he felt good about himself. Like I'm out there, I went 8 for 8. Like I'm cutting up. And for any player or any person that say, well, I'm not worried about what the media say, I'm not looking at the media, man, they look. Or somebody they know that's looking. So they getting the information, whether it's firsthand, secondhand. So he didn't heard the narrative from, all of the people that support Shador, from mainstream media to the smallest people on the platforms. He's heard it, man. He's seen the tweets, all of that stuff. So he out there and he was cooking. He started off hot, moving him up and down the field. So I don't fault him for popping this shit. Hey, do you? Pop your stuff. Do what you got to do. Pop your ish, young man. He
Okay,
just
G.
didn't. He didn't execute. He didn't finish it out. You know what I'm saying? If he would have finished the game and not threw an interception and not fumbled, that's a lot of ifs. But he competing for a job and he competing for the spotlight as well. Like that's what competitors do. So I don't blame him for that. Do I like it? Were you all the way professional with it? Nah, but look, I don't expect everybody to be a professional. Even when they're professional athletes, I don't expect them to be professional. I don't. Like
Hey,
that's a part of sport. So
hey, Jay, I like the way you brought that around because my sentiment is kind of like it's like you collecting firewood, but you trip and throw all the wood onto the fire and you set
yeah,
it ablaze. It's gonna be a long, cold night. It's gonna be a long, cold night. You
yeah. I
didn't
mean,
mean
look.
to. You didn't mean to trip and put all the firewood you were collecting into the fire, but it's gonna be a long, cold night for him.
I mean, that's something he gonna have to deal with. He was gonna have to deal with it regardless of the fact when
Because the thing is, hey, Shador ain't got control over it either. He ain't got
yeah,
control of the fact that he's the number one sales in jerseys, right? Shador doesn't have control over the fact that the Carolina Panthers nearly sold out the preseason game, 71,000 people for a preseason game in Carolina. Hell, they don't even get that for a dang playoff game if they make the playoffs. Come on, dog. The
yeah.
climate is what it is, right? The climate is what it is. And you go stepping into it, well, then you stepped into it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I didn't like was after the press conference after how he kind of shied away from it. Like I'm talking about you guys, like talk about the full spectrum of it. Look, man, he could have went to the podium and said, "Look, I'm competing for a job. I hear the naysayers, I hear people say this, but ultimately I'm competing for a job." And I felt good about myself up to that point, and that's that I'm standing on that. And then you walk up in that quarterback meeting room the next day or whatever, and it just be awkward. But it is what it is. It's probably awkward already. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So,
so
Jay, let
that's
me
the
ask
only
you a
thing I don't
question
like
then.
what he did. He kind of walked
Right.
it back. But yeah.
Right. So let me ask you a question though. He was a third round pick. What did he look like to you? After that preseason game, you gotta look at him. What round would you have picked him in?
I mean, look, I would have been a fifth round guy, fifth round, sixth round guy. A day 3 guy in the draft. Between the
Okay.
fifth and seventh round. I mean, that's what he looked
Okay.
like on the field.
We'll get
Because
back to
that's
that segment. That
that's
I
what
got
the
a segment for
bandwagon
that.
buffs need to hear. That's what the bandwagon buffs need to hear.
But
Yeah, I mean,
we'll get to that segment in a second. Right now, I want to talk about
Okay.
this situation. We'll get to that. I don't think he played poorly. I think he did.
My bad, Harry B.
Yeah, I think he did all right. But right now, I just want to make this clear. And there are going to be people like Peter Investor that says, I believe Gabriel knew exactly what he said by choosing the code word entertainer, right? And then so Peter Investor is taking it all the way there. Some people are going to take it all the way there. You feel me? Some
It's
people are
loaded,
going to
Harry
take
B.
it
It's
all
too
the way
loaded.
there. And you can't fault people for thinking what they're thinking because you're the one that chose to say that. I know what you meant to say, but you chose to say that. But it's got to be in your mind, just like what's his name? Panda just said. Panda says, "From the abundance of a man's heart, he speaks." You feel what I'm saying? So you do not have to put yourself in an awkward position to try to step on somebody. That was the awkward position you put yourself in by trying to diminish one thing and try to prop up the fact that competitors are different from entertainers. That's a shot that people take. Oh, you guys are just entertainers. You're here to make me laugh, and that's all you are. That is a shot. You don't have that has not. It does not have to be in your heart. There are people that just think everybody's equal because they are here to make sure that you get the money that you get. I guarantee you, if the entertainers don't do what they do, you don't get the big lucrative deals that you get. The big lucrative TV deals that you get is because of the entertainment aspect of the game. Without that, you do not get the contract. You will be just like the WNBA.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
The WNBA is the way that they are because of those. It will be just that. right? The reason why they don't get paid what they're getting paid has nothing to do with sexism. It has everything to do with entertainment. The games are not as entertaining, so the television deals are not going to be there. The WNBA just got a shot in their game because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So now people are paying attention. Entertainment. So while you're trying to step on entertainment, you should be mindful that it's without entertainment. Without entertainment, you don't get those big lucrative deals. Can I get an amen?
And this is why, amen, hallelujah. And this is why J.R. Boxer has said, "Hey, you stepped in it. Go ahead and stand on business, dog.
Stand on
You
it.
a competitor. If you a competitor, compete. Why do he sound like a stay soft marshmallow later in the dang press conference?" J.R. Boxer.
Yeah, I don't know, but if I was to advise the young man, I would just been like, look, man, just stand on it. Just, hey, man, look,
He
I
didn't sound
compete.
like that was no competitor in
I
that
ain't
press
here
conference.
for. I would have been like, I compete. I ain't here for nobody's entertainment. I'm here to get the job done. So whatever
He
that
can't
look
even say
like,
that.
that's what I'm gonna do.
He
But that's,
cannot
you know what
say
I'm
that
saying.
because he is here for my entertainment.
But hindsight 2020, he probably would go back and say that on the podium because you want to stand in and on that moment. But then you got to think about how he finished his reps. He didn't finish well. He threw a pick six, and then after that, you had a fumble. So you didn't finish the game.
J.R.
If he would have
Boxer, you're a
finished the
football guy.
game,
We're going to get to the football in a second, but let me ask you a football question.
what's up?
What percentage of dig routes was he running the entire game? Give me a percentage.
I mean, I don't know. It was high.
It was like
But
70% digs.
yeah,
I got tired of it. That's how many. I got tired of it.
It was so many digs. You're like, oh, okay.
I got
So you
tired of it.
afraid? You afraid of somebody? You're afraid of opening up that defense, huh? You afraid? Anyway, let's bring.
I was like, hand the ball off, man. Let the running back get some reps. What are we doing?
It was high, but like Wild Dog said, you can only control what you can control. So Kevin Stefanski calling the plays. Dylan Gabriel only needs to execute what's being called. He don't need to go out there and be like, no, dog, we gonna call this play. Nah, he calling what was called.
Yeah, but so was Shador. Shador was doing exactly the same thing. And if you see what Shador opened up that field, so you're trying to tell me that the Shador that did not get, I'm not ready for the football. I want to stay messy a little bit, but you're telling me that the idea of what Shador was able to do, Dylan Gabriel was not capable of doing that. So if they know that, then why is it that Shador wasn't getting first team reps?
No, well, what I'm saying is, whatever they call for each quarterback, they call for their strengths. Because you can see during the Panthers game, they often had Shador with no running back in the backfield. Like when he threw that touchdown, the first touchdown in the end zone, he was in shotgun by himself. When he was backed up in their own end zone and he completed that 20, 25-yard pass down the field to keep the chains moving, he was by himself, shotgun, in their own end zone.
But JR, what is that telling you though? Isn't that telling you that you're coaching to the strength of the player, of the quarterback?
Coaching to what they're comfortable with. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So if you're coaching to the strength of the quarterback, then that means that this is an indictment. That means that we're only good for Diggs when it comes to Dylan, right? We're only good for Diggs, right? We're only going to test 15 yards down the field one time, but we can't stretch the field out because you're only good for Diggs. So if you're only good for Diggs, how long can you last just doing Diggs?
But Harry, it's not my place.
No, it's a simple question. How long can you last just doing Diggs in the NFL?
It's not my place to question what play call they're making.
I'm just saying you're coaching to the strength of the quarterback. Let's bring on Ron Tate.
Yeah, whatever was called on the field, like when Lamar Jackson first came into the league and they ran the ball 70% of the time, well, that was Lamar Jackson's strength. So I'm not gonna be like, well, they should be throwing the ball deep outside of the hash, outside of the numbers.
Let's get to the football stuff in a second. Let's bring on Ron Tate because I know he's heated. He got some stuff to say. Ron Tate, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today? Appreciate you calling me.
Hey, Harry, I want to apologize to you guys. And Harry, I want to apologize to you.
Why is everybody apologizing today? What happened?
Listen, Harry, I am sick and tired of individuals, BWBs, Shador lovers, Shador haters. I am sick and tired of people giving individuals a pass when they don't live up and they don't take care of the responsibilities that they are supposed to take care of. That guy has been taken care of like a made man in the mob ever since he was drafted.
Amen. I agree.
That guy has one thing to do: be the best you can be. And if he has been the best he could be since he's been on that professional football team, he doesn't need to be in the NFL, because he's made too many mistakes throughout OTAs, throughout the rookie camp, OTAs, and when camp started, he's had the same issues: inaccuracy from time to time, interceptions, and not being able to read the defense. Despite what the pundits want us to hear. And it proved that last night there was one play that was similar to Shador Sanders. Shador threw a touchdown on that play. Dylan threw an interception on that play. I'm telling you, I'm sick and tired. And for him to have the nerve to go after the media or any entertainer in the world was pathetic. He is emboldened by those that have been taking care of him, and he understands he's being taken care of him. Otherwise, he would have kept his mouth shut and said, yeah, I had a good game, and I'm going to continue to build on what I did, and I'm going to work on my mistakes. He had the nerve to take a shot at someone.
At the media. Like, if you don't think that was a shot, that was a shot.
That was a shot.
It was a shot
at Shador.
Well,
all of us know.
I don't know that it was a shot at Shador.
That was a shot at Shador.
That was collateral damage. I think
he has no reason whatsoever. He had no reason whatsoever to take a shot at media that had been soft shoeing it with him ever since he was drafted. He has no reason whatsoever to take a shot at them, but he does with his insecure inability. And you know, I'm telling you, high school, going into college, hey, I was rooting for the man, and I still hope he has a good career somewhere.
Hey, Ron Tate.
Yes, sir.
The man went to UCF, right? One of the largest campuses in the country. You know how to deal with people. You forced to know how to deal with people. He went to Oklahoma. Right?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's a huge program. National games. You know how to handle yourself. You know how to conduct yourself. You're not new to this. Right?
That's right.
Now if he had stayed at Oklahoma and then came in the league from Oklahoma, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We could dismiss it. But the fact that you came from Oregon and that jerk Dan Lanning and the way he came at Coach Prime and our CU Buffs, nah, player. Your Freudian slip, your backroom, locker room talk, it came right out in front of a national audience. Nah, player, you got tar and mud all over you. It's gonna be on you for the longest time, bro. And I feel I want to feel sorry for tar and feathers, dog. Back in the day, it would be tar and feathers.
Look, I can't put the Dan Lanning thing on him. That happened in 23. He wasn't there. He was at Oklahoma in 23. So when Dan Lanning made that,
I thought he was there behind Bo Nix.
No,
I thought he was there behind Bo Nix.
Bo Nix was the QB and Dante Moore was behind Bo Nix.
My bad.
Gabriel was at Oklahoma.
I thought Gabriel was behind Bo Nix, whether he was second or third.
Dylan Gabriel was taking a shot at Harry B. That's who he was taking a shot at. He was taking a shot at Harry B.
But that's what was.
All
I'm
the
saying,
pundits across ESPN and Shador. You loop
and,
everybody in there.
and let's
Hey,
clarify. Let's
hey,
clarify.
hey,
one
but
more
Cam,
point.
that said we sensitive. But the fact that you came from Oregon, we just gonna be sensitive from anybody coming from Oregon, and you just got to do that. You can't be oblivious to that. You cannot be oblivious to that.
Don't put Dan Lannon on him. That ain't no.
I got
that
one
ain't
more
I'm
point.
putting Dan Lanning on him. Let me make it very clear. I'm putting Dan Lanning on him because he comes from the school of Dan Lanning. You have to understand that nobody hit from that whole idea of what Dan Lanning said. That spread across the whole nation. Everybody, even Roland Martin, talked about that. Everybody and their mama talked about that. So I'm not putting that past Dylan Gabriel. I'm not saying that he had to be in that room to understand how Dan Lanning views people about the media. So I'm not saying that that's directly on him, but that is coming from the same school. When you're a part of that school, just like you want to give Nick Saban and his all of his underlings credit, yes. Everybody that comes from under Dan Lanning, they're gonna get this work. If they're gonna say that same sentiment. But please understand that he was taking a shot at me. He was taking a shot at Stephen A. Smith. He was taking a shot at Unc and Ocho. He was taking a shot at everybody that does the job to make sure that he eats. We are the ones that make sure he eats. Because the way that entertainment works is the interest, the media hypes the interest. And then guess what? When the media conglomerates understand that there is interest here, they up the money. They give the money. They're always crying for new contracts. They're always saying, oh, we want more money. You're getting more money from broadcast. Broadcast is the one that really pushes this entire engine. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I mean, but
They said not all from broadcast money.
But this is not foreign. This is not foreign.
So then how can you bite the hand that feeds you?
Every athlete does it. Did Cam Newton not stand on the stage when he was a quarterback and say, man, the media attacking me and I don't like this? They all do it.
Clear. This is not about who does what and who doesn't do what. We're trying to baby Dylan Gabriel like he was such an innocent bystander who just said a competitive thing and he didn't shoot no shot at nobody. He was just saying something. I'm trying to make it clear that he took a shot.
I'm not saying to baby him. I clearly said he took a shot at you and everybody else that been putting smut on his name.
You are not allowed to take a shot.
And that's cool. You know what's gonna happen? He gonna keep getting fed. All he gotta do is play better. Cam Newton took shots at the media. Guess what he did? He played better.
But then own up to it. If you're saying, okay, if you took a shot, you took a shot. Oh, okay, so you coming at us? All right, fine. We're gonna wait. We keep receipts. We got
that's what I said.
We keep a lot of receipts because when you start playing like trash and you keep doing everything you're doing, guess who's gonna be right there to let you know that we are competitors as well. Hold on.
And he ain't ready for it.
Bring on Todd Smith. Hold on.
But he ain't ready for it. He ain't ready for it, Harry B. Because he sounded like a punk, stay soft marshmallow at that press conference. He didn't stand 10 toes down. He was backpedaling.
That's what happened.
I don't like the fact he backed up.
People always have.
He didn't sound like no competitor. He sounded soft.
It's nothing different that we don't hear from any other player.
Nobody's saying it's different. We're just saying own up to it. Hold on.
Dylan Gabriel ain't no Cam Newton. Dylan Gabriel ain't no beast mode.
Wilder, hold on. Let me bring my guys on.
Yes, sir.
Todd Smith, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today? I appreciate you calling in. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Harry? Thank you for having me on, man. Sorry I came on so late. To the panel, salute, brothers.
Hey, salute to you, man. Hold the line real quick.
Salute, Ty. What up, though?
Why are we doing Red Panda now? Panda Bear? Why are you doing Red Panda? What is this about? Anyways, welcome to the show, brother. I appreciate you calling in. How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. What's up with y'all?
What's up with the Red Panda name?
Is that the real Red Panda? Is that Panda? Boy, I ain't heard Panda voice in a minute.
It's on the computer out in the living room. I ain't feel like going out of the computer.
You in a different room, and in the living room you got Red Panda. In your room you got Panda Bear.
Yeah.
Hey, salute, Panda.
All right, Panda.
What's up, man?
All right, so
Hey, respect your elders.
Hey Harry, I want to make, I want to make
Gentlemen.
one other important point.
Make your
Now,
point, and I gotta go to Todd Smith, and I gotta get
okay.
Panda in here. Go ahead.
Okay, his teammates, they're individuals that heard that on that team. There are many on the team that like Shador. There are some on the team that don't care one way or another. And there may be some on the team that don't like Shador. But the ones that favor and like the work that Shador has been putting in, the ones that have seen his work ethic since he's been there in camp, the ones that have seen him grow and his ability will frown upon that. Taking
Nah,
a
they don't
shot
care.
at your teammate
They don't
is
care.
taboo.
They don't care. If they winning games, they don't
Um,
care.
well,
They
this is the
professionals. All
thing.
they care about is getting paid and winning. That's it.
That's not true. I'm telling you. In
Uh,
athletics, it is not true.
it's true, man. You get away
All
with
right,
that
all
in
right,
When it,
y'all don't
college,
argue the point. We gotta
but
control. We gotta
in the
control the room.
pros,
We got
if you
too many
winning,
people.
nobody care.
We
Long as
got
you
too many
win,
people.
dog.
Let me get my newbies in here. Todd Smith, I need to know your thoughts. I laid it out like this. I felt like Dylan Gabriel just meant to say, "Hey man, look, I know I feel comfortable in front of these cameras, but this is just me being me. I don't care about these cameras. It's all entertainment. I understand the entertainment value of it. You know what I'm saying? This is how we get paid. These are the words he should have took my media class. All right, he should have came to my media class and be like, look, if you're gonna say something like that, just say, be like, look, I understand that entertainment is how we get paid. I get that. We are sports entertainers, but I'm a competitor and I'm here to do that. I don't really care about these cameras. Okay, that's what he should have said. But he said it the other way, which then opened up this firestorm, which was reminiscent of 2023. We know he wasn't there, but that's his coach, and he heard it from around the world, just like the rest of us. What is your thoughts on how everybody's taking this? What's your thoughts, please?
I think that he should have thought about it a little bit better before speaking, because the way that he spoke it and the way that is presented, it looked like he took a shot at or a jab at his teammate. But then come back and clarify it, saying that he took a jab at the media. And being a third round rookie,
Bad
I
news.
don't I think that's bad news, because the media ink never runs out.
Never. We keep
And
repeats. We keep these
and
videos on repeat.
now I feel like the first statement he made, he embarrassed himself. The second statement he made, he just dug himself in a further hole, because now the media is finna watch every single thing that you do. They're gonna listen to every little thing that you say, and they're gonna write about it. Yeah, your name will be floating around, but it may not all be good. It could be 10 times worse than what it is. I think he just got a lot of pressure on him, because he is the third round pick. Shador is the fifth round pick, and Shador is getting a lot of shine than he is as far as the media, as far as praise. And he didn't play a bad game, but that pick six and that fumble, that's all the media was waiting on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come to the podium and make that statement. Oh man, they finna run with this for a long time. But I do think that he took a jab at Shador, especially coming from Dan Landing, house of
Right.
jabs.
House of Shades. All right,
Yeah.
Panda, let's see. I want to move the segment, but Panda, I want to hear from you first. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's pretty obvious it was a striker at Shador, and let me explain why.
Okay.
Going into the draft, when they were projecting either Shador 1 or 3 between him and his homeboy, right, who ended up being 1 overall, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that they used a reference where when they was training in Miami, and he was like, "Yo, I don't rap, I just do football." And then the
Mm-hmm.
media took it and start using it to say Shador is all about entertainment and the cars and all that stuff. So we had to pay attention to what the media was saying when it refers to Shador doing all the extracurricular activities about rapping. They mentioned the fashion show that they went to, and then you use the same term,
Mm.
entertainer. It could only be referencing him. And for everybody who's saying that he misspoke, this man been playing college football for 6 years at programs that he has to speak. So this is not a situation of somebody who isn't media trained.
Okay.
Third thing, when they were going to the draft, he did the bird whistle. You might have to look for the video. He did the bird whistle and said, "A birdie told me I'm going third round." And he called when he was going to get picked. So he was already their choice. Regardless if they expected Shador not to be there or not, he was already their choice, and they chose to stick with him. The problem is when your jersey not selling, you not performing in practice, and everybody putting you under scrutiny. You are the third round pick. You are getting more reps. So he's messing up with second and first streamers. Shador is playing with the cracks. He's playing with the worst of the worst and making them look good. So we got to understand he really was frustrated. That was frustration coming out. That wasn't a situation that, oh, I'm confused. I never been interviewed before, or I'm on the big stage. He is a professional. We got to remember, we in the NIL era. We got to stop treating him like he's a little kid. He is most senior than most rookies. It's like he's from what's that school with the moment with the that Christian college that have all them old players?
Mm.
BYU. He's basically
BYU,
like a
yeah.
BYU senior.
Yeah, he like what? Dylan Gabriel like what, 25 already? I think like 26,
26.
25. Yeah, 25, 26. Yeah. So
So we got to
Well, he
be
played
honest
six.
about this.
He played 6 years. I don't know if he's 26, but
yeah, I think he's 25.
the
Or maybe
six, the
26.
six is
Somewhere
in
around
there
there.
somewhere.
So all I'm saying is I am for being competitive. I am, let's be honest. First thing first, when you go into a professional league, you are literally competing against somebody else to feed your family. So this idea as college where it's the team, as somebody on the panel was saying, that's not realistic. You are literally in the positions that Shador and he is, they are trying to make a team. So mentally, it is taxing. Emotionally, it is taxing, but he's not producing. Let's look at it this way: he's getting more reps. He's literally getting more reps. He's
Hmm.
getting better play callings to suit him. He's doing all these things, and let's put it this way: Shador is getting the least amounts of reps, so his timing is off. And he has the worst defense, and he still was able to produce. He had the worst O line.
All right, so let's
Yeah.
get to that in a second.
He
Let's
he's 24.
let's
So
get to the football stuff because I do want to get to this football. I want to end with this football segment. So, but let me take a poll on the panel. All right, Shador. The comment was aimed at Shador. Let me get Let me get the panel to let me know. Yes, it was aimed at Shador. No, it was not aimed at Shador. I say it was not aimed at Shador. Shador is collateral damage in the comment, but you can't decide how people respond. That's how I'm taking it. So, JR Boxing, was it aimed at Shador? Was he collateral damage?
yeah, it was aimed at Shador and you. Put
Okay.
yourself in there too. It was
All right.
aimed
So
at you too.
you say Shador. Ron Tate, was it aimed at Shador? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, it was aimed at Shador.
All right. Wild Dog, was it aimed at Shador? Yes or no? You got to unmute if you're there. All right. We'll wait for Wild Dog to come on. Todd Smith, was this aimed at Shador or yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Panda, was this aimed at Shador? Yes or no?
Both. The first half of the statement, Shador. The second half was the frustration of the questions in the middle of what's going on. It was both.
Ooh, you bring up. Ooh, you just hit a nerve area right there. It was from frustration of everything that's going on in the media that he has to deal with, and he just want to compete. Ooh, that's a yeah. I like that, Panda. I like that. I think I think that's part of it. I think that's they want to pretend like they don't hear and they don't see what's going on, but if they don't hear and see what's going on, then Shador does not go up to Grossi and say, "Hey man, you don't say anything nice about me," right?
I told you. I literally said that. I was just like, they hear and see it all. And if they don't directly see it, somebody else getting it to them. They're gonna see it though.
All right.
Every
Yeah.
athlete say it.
Somebody in their circle is reading and seeing what's going on, not them individually. So
I mean, they got
Massey,
friends. These are young people too. They got friends that's like, dang, bro, you getting fried. Like your friends got to say something, right?
no, they got money. They got people that literally look through and handle this. They got PR people that look and handle their social media. They not out there all the time. They too busy for this. They got people within their circle, within their group that look and handle stuff like this.
So Wild Dog, what's your answer? Yes or no? It was aimed at Shador.
Yes, and I'm feeling what Panda said. So a lot of stuff is like what he's dealing with Shador directly, and then indirectly.
Also indirectly. Oh man, yeah, you guys.
Right. That's he said it better than me.
Hey, Harry.
That's what I wanted to say. He said it the right way.
The indirect,
Right.
like the ricochet, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah. You guys are making a lot of good points.
Hey, Harry.
Todd, go ahead before I change the topic. Go ahead.
Okay, real quick. Yeah. A part of me also was thinking like, okay, he knew also that, what was finna come down the pipeline. So let me shift the narrative. He know he didn't have no business throwing the ball. It went back for a pick six. Then he fumbled. He knew the criticism was finna be harsh and all the praise was finna be coming towards Shador way. Oh, Shador need to be number 2. I need to be kicked off. So I wonder if a part of it could have been like, you know what, let me change the narrative real quick and shift everything off talking about the pick six, even though people still talking about it.
You think he was foreshadowing, like he was trying to foreshadow a little bit, like just trying to let people know, man, look, man, I'm out here trying to fight for my life. I'm fighting for my career out here. You know what I'm saying? And people, there's entertainment, but I'm out here, I'm fighting for my career. So give me a break. You think it was something like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a little bit of foreshadowing, kind of like, you know what you do? You're trying to set it up because you know what's coming down the pipeline.
Listen, that's a great point by Mr. Smith, Tim. But no, he was not being that thoughtful to make that comment, to take the chance on jeopardizing your relationship with 3, 4, 5.
Josh said he ain't that smart.
I want to agree. To agree.
Hey, Surf is in here. Surf said, yo, we've been coming after this kid for a minute, and rightfully so. I don't know why people think like we supposed to be nice to players and to entertainers and stuff. If this is competitive stuff, we all competitive. Why are we supposed to be nice? If we choose sides out here, that's what we're the barber shop. The barber shop is not supposed to be nice. Everybody's trying to score points. Everybody's got a point to make, and we trying to get the biggest laugh as possible. I put up a video where the dwarf or the short man was being arrested and whatnot, and I said Dylan Gabriel allegedly got arrested. It's all fun and games. We're not supposed to be nice. So I don't know why people are expecting us to be nice to Dylan. Why should we be nice to Dylan? But anyways,
Dylan is like eating vegetables when you were a kid. Like they forcing him on us. Like he's like eating vegetables. Like they literally forcing him on us.
Yeah,
and
because, okay. Hey, Panda, with that being said, I'm going to start this with Ron Tate. Ron Tate, Panda is saying that like mama used to force those Brussels sprouts on you. We got Stefanski making excuses for the interception. If that was Shador, are we sitting here saying, what do you think that Stefanski is going to say, okay, you know what? A guy was out of position and that's why that happened? Or would he be in glee talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying, rookies are making mistakes, so we're trying to correct that in practice? What is your thoughts, Ronte? I'm going to start with you because I know exactly what you're thinking.
Hey, Harry, you know that you know that remark, Harry, I said about that look that you were giving someone?
Yeah.
That's my thought about that. Yeah, right. You know, doggone well, I don't care if that man was quadruple covered and the other receiver, 3 receivers ran the wrong route. You're not supposed to throw the ball into double coverage unless. And then one guy said, well, he kind of threw it behind the receiver. Well, still, it's a bad play. My gosh, he's doing the same thing he's been doing. And let me stay on the point. Yes, they've been cuddling him. Someone like myself, I'm ticked by it because they are covering for him and
including the NFL,
and continuing to disrespect Shador's ability and talent right in our face. Competition, they're ignoring competition at the sake of winning. And he's trying. Maybe he's the one that chose Dylan Gabriel, and he's trying to prove himself right.
It's starting to feel that way, though.
Someone else.
It is really starting to feel the way that they're moving, like, because there was an argument that he didn't give Shador no props. He didn't even mention Shador, and then the pick 6, he's making excuses for Dylan. So let's go to JR Boxing. JR Boxing, what are your thoughts, man, on that Kevin Stefanski trying to defend the interception? The way I look at it, interception is an interception. I don't care. We don't get to relitigate or rechange the color of the interception. It was a rookie mistake. That's what the head coach should be saying, not a receiver was in the wrong spot. Like, why are they calling this dude?
Yeah, that was bad on Kevin Stefanski. Obviously, that was a pick-me kind of response. Obviously, he picked Dylan Gabriel. That's his choice.
It's starting to
right?
seem like that, man.
Yeah, so he
it's coming across like that, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna defend his
him.
pick. Yeah, he's gonna defend his pick. He's the person at the podium that has to answer for it, along with Dylan Gabriel. But that was a poor response by Kevin Stefanski, and I would not expect Kevin Stefanski to be at the defense of Shador like that. I think the narrative would have been a little bit different.
It's kind of weird. I don't know. DC Carson Music, what up, man? Appreciate you coming on today. Appreciate you coming in the chat. Hey, man. We're going backwards. We got Wild Dog. Wild Dog's your thoughts. The interception was an interception. What are we doing? Like, why are we defending an interception from a rookie? If they're all the argument that we were making, Wild Dog, and we're trying to say, okay.
And the ball wasn't tipped.
Panda, your time is coming. We're saying, Wild Dog, that, okay, he's trying to make sure that he's not playing favoritisms. That's why we're trying to understand and try to say, okay, this is the reason why he didn't say anything about Shador when Shador had a good game, being the 5th round, being the 4th on the depth chart, and having such a good game, two touchdowns, no interceptions. You know what I'm saying?
Harry
Why
B.
is it that he's now going out of his way to protect Dylan Gabriel? Like, what is this about?
Harry B, why are you being nice? Why are you being nice?
I'm trying to run a show, and I'm trying to be rational on both sides here.
I know, man, but just stop. Don't do that with me. Cause I done said it how many times their reputations are on the line. These guys care more about their reputation and their careers, and it's on the line right now. And they mess around with Dylan Gabriel, and we done watched the film, dog. We done watched the raw footage, and he played the same way he practiced. He played the same way he practiced. We seen that interception before. He played the way he practiced. Stop messing around. Why are we messing around with this?
Hey, look, man, we're going to get into Dylan Gabriel's game in a second, but I want to get this whole Kevin Stefanski situation out the way. So, Panda, give me your thoughts on the Kevin Stefanski defense, please. Why is he doing it? And if he's not going to mention one rookie, then why mention or why come to the defense of another rookie? Why doesn't he just keep it consistent?
The same way why Trump supporters will double down. They already know the same reason why Trump supporters will double down.
All right, help me out. Help me understand what you're saying.
A lot of people, it's difficult to admit or be accountable to wrong decisions they quicker double down on what they pick. I see my female friends do that when they get into relationships. They double down on the bad choices they make. And it's the same thing with sports. Some people don't have the integrity to say, you know what? We made a bad pick. We made a bad judgment. If you look, they are doing everything socially in the media. Everything that goes out to the reporters who are the official beat for the Browns. It goes through that channels. That's
Good
how
point.
they have the insight. So the critiques that they are doing and the leniency they have for him, it's coming from the top down. So even the NFL, when the NFL recap the game, they recap the game without the fumble, without the interception. I want us to think about that. So him playing or throwing the ball that he does, that has they at his level. We gotta remember he played 6 years of college ball in at the highest level. So that's poor decision making. We could call it nerves. We could call it whatever we want to call it. Then the coach behind you saying didn't say, you know what, that wasn't good enough. Because even if the receivers and the tight end run the wrong route, you hold the ball. What was the thing that we used to get upset about Shador about? Throw the ball away.
Throw it away. Yeah, I was just about to say throw it away.
So he didn't have the cognizance to say throw the ball away.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. That's that Travis Hunter thing, right? Where the daggone guys are those DBs and those corners, they can bait you. They'll make it seem like they can't cover, but they can cover. Like those NFL DBs are going to cover. So you got to know that because you played in the Big Ten. So you
But
know that,
Shador was making those throws in practice. He was getting intercepted in practice against 3s and 4s.
right? So they got to. If you're playing the Big Ten, you had DBs that are in the NFL now. Like you're during there, put a lot of people into the NFL. So it's not like you didn't play against DBs that can cover space. They can just bait you and thinking that and make you feel like that space is open. And the second you throw it, they're going to cover it. That's a pick six. But anyway, let me get Todd Smith so we can change the topics. Todd Smith, what is your thoughts on the cover up? Let's just call it a cover up. That's the best way to call it right now. What is your thoughts on the cover up?
Okay, I'll make it sweet, short and sweet.
All right.
Kevin Stefanski is trying to protect his third round pick.
Okay.
But Barry is standing behind him with Shador, letting the world know that my 5th round pick was better than the head coach third round pick.
Oh, so now we're actually saying, okay, so this is what it is. You just that was your guy, and wait, we're dividing the locker room.
Yeah, I'm dividing the locker room based off
Okay.
of what I'm seeing. Because if Stefanski is going to come to, regardless of if he would have went out there and threw 5 interceptions, he's going to make an argument
For Gabriel.
for Dylan Gabriel, but Barry is back there saying, hey, you did what you need to do. You did good.
So you're trying to stay messy and say, well, I seen footage of the GM cutting it up on the sidelines with Shador, but I ain't seen none of that with Dylan and the GM. You trying to get messy, huh?
I'm trying to get messy. And then I think Stefanski, I think Kevin, well, I put it to you like this.
All right,
Kevin, Gabriel is his girlfriend. But
wait a minute.
He don't
allegedly.
Allegedly. You know, he don't want to just go out there and say, you know what, you ain't for me. So he's trying to let him down easy without, being very blunt with it. And bring Shador in the back door and say, hey, this is who I was riding with the whole time.
You stuck a few Diddy jokes in there, but that's all good.
Pause on all of it.
Okay. All right. So, okay, we got the defense. Now let's go to the football stuff. Some people I said to some people, and I said, hey, man, guys, y'all got to understand that all Dylan Gabriel has to do is manage that game. And nothing will move, right? Nothing will move. And that's exactly what it did. I say he didn't play so poorly, but he did not move the needle as far as, okay, there's a separation between me and Shedeur because I'm the third pick. He did not move the needle as far as that is concerned. These are my thoughts that I want to get y'all opinion on this, right? He played well, but I would say at least 70% of his plays, even though J.R. Boxing said this is not his fault, but they were all dig routes. All of these things was drop passes. Like, okay, I'm going to check out of everything. He was checking down on everything. He didn't even stretch the field. I don't think he did anything over 15 or 20 yards. I didn't see none of that. I saw digs, handoffs. But the thing about the digs, and how I might have said something very positive about him, is he was very quick with the digs. He was very comfortable with them. He got the ball out very quickly, and I was impressed with that.
I got pushback to that, Harry.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I was impressed with the fact that the digs was quick. He was very decisive. He was not. I didn't see him turn his back to the offensive line. He was very decisive on those digs. But here is the thing that I don't like about the digs. The digs are not lasting in the NFL as a starter. Everybody's already putting him in you're going to be a journeyman. You're just going to be a backup in the NFL. If that's all he's good for, then that's all that's going to be. That's going to lead to it. Shedeur Sanders gave us more. Like this, it seems like this. You're able to open up that playbook with Shedeur Sanders, but with Dylan Gabriel, you're going, because of his height or whatever limitations he has, maybe his arm isn't that strong enough, and if he throws it, he's not accurate enough to get the ball out. And if you're throwing interceptions on dig routes, then how can we trust you to throw the ball any 25 yards down the field? So if that's the case, then Shedeur's your guy, and Dylan Gabriel is not. Is he a good backup? Can he come in and maybe save a game if somebody gets a nick on their legs? For dig routes, yes. For a starting quarterback in the NFL, I don't think so. We're going to go ahead and start with J.R. Boxing. J.R. Boxing, your thoughts on what I just laid out.
Yeah, look, I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. Again, I can't judge Dylan Gabriel based off of what play call is out there, right? You run the play that's called for you. Now, is that poo-poo on Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees and them? Absolutely. Like, come on now. Like, that's what you drafting? If you think you're going to get 13 play drives multiple times in an NFL game, you need to go put your face on the side of a curb and let me kick it in. Because that is not how the NFL game works. A lot of the quarterbacks in the NFL, they play off script. They throw off platform. And Shedeur, he exhibited that during his first preseason game in Charlotte. He played off platform. He played out of the script when things broke down. And you saw when Dylan Gabriel tried to do it, he threw an interception. But I can't fault Dylan Gabriel for doing the plays of the call. I can fault Kevin Stefanski and be like, all right, so is that what we're doing? But again, Kevin Stefanski made that pick. And that is
You can't fault him for throwing a bad ball. I'm trying to understand you.
I can't. That's not the question. Harry B is questioning the play calling. He didn't say anything about the interception. He said the play calling specifically. So I'm staying on topic to that. We know the interception was bad. Yes, any interception is bad. That's bad. But Harry B question was play calling. They threw digs. They threw ends. I can't fault Dylan Gabriel for doing that part. That's his job to execute the play. So,
okay. All right. So I got pushback because I feel like you're like, oh, okay, well, you think I can't fault Dylan Gabriel, but I say you can fault him for his parents. He's short.
Wait a minute.
You gotta fault somebody. He's short, so you can only do so much with a short guy. All right? So somebody's got to take the fall for this. We're not going to be nice about this. All right?
Kevin Stefanski takes the fall.
Fine. If all you got is a guy that's 4'9", 5'1" on a good day, right? When he sleeps well and he eats his bananas, he's 5'1", right? And you can only call dig plays for him. All right, fine. But hey, I see a quarterback that got an arm in Shador. So I'm just saying. All right, Ronte, what is your thoughts on that, man? What about the play calling? Why are we doing digs? And if it's a dig, then that means he's only gonna like. I know Surf just said that the New Orleans Saints won a Super Bowl with digs and
That's false.
short passes.
That's false.
I know, Ty, you ready to jump
That's
in there. You're like,
false.
I don't care about my time. Let me get at him right now.
Hey, leave my man Drew Brees alone. Drew Brees can get down.
For the long run, for the long haul, as a quarterback that's going to be a starter in the NFL. I feel like this is going to get read real quickly, and it's going to get old, and those pick six are going to start adding up if they know that you can't stretch the field and all you got is digs. Ron Tate, your thoughts, please.
You don't have to scheme for a team that's going to do that. You know, with Brady and Manning and John Elway and those guys, you wanted to take the long passes away from them. You wanted to take the chunk plays away so that make them dink and dunk all the way down the field to buy your opportunity for a takeaway, a fumble, or a stop. I mean, interception, fumble, or a stop on downs. So if you're going to play Dylan Gabriel and play to his strength, which is dinking and dunking, then more than likely he's going to make a mistake. He's going to lose the ball. And twice in that game, he lost concentration and he made the wrong decision and lost the ball. Their play calling was to minimize his opportunity of making a mistake, but it didn't help him at all. I see it, we all see it, and his teammates see it. And you have a nerve to make a comment like you've been the ace of training camp. You're not being he's not been. Listen, when you have someone spoon feeding you,
he's not letting it go. He's not letting it go.
when you have someone that's spoon feeding you, and you have the nerve to say that I'm competing.
He's not letting it go. Ron's not letting it go. Wild Dog, your thoughts, man. Why are we digging and dunking? If this is supposed to be our future third rounder, why are we dinking and dunking like Ron Tate said? Ron is not letting it go.
Hey, Harry B, like, again, true freshmen, rookies, I'm like, hey, take it easy, let them get comfortable. Let's see where they're at. And then the key word is, let's see what kind of progress they're making. But like I said earlier, he played like he practiced. And even in discussions, it really appears to be a bit of digression. Because when he threw the interception, he was supposed to touch somebody. Now, some people aren't going to follow where I'm going with this, but let me get it out. When you throw an interception, right, you got football players who are actually going to attempt to make the tackle or slow the runner down.
Zero effort from him.
Exactly. So either a blocker or the runner, especially preseason, you just touch somebody and get out on the sideline. Dylan Gabriel took a look, went straight out of bounds. Okay. And then that wasn't expected so much as, the fumble. Rookie, you get a fumble. Hey, that's going to happen. Under center, something a little off on the snap, and you're in a shotgun or whatever, a fumble's to be expected. But for you to lose the fumble, the other team to recover it, and then make a good return on it, and you ain't touched nobody, You
He
ain't
got
put
out of
a
the way. He literally
you ain't
turned
got
his
somebody
shoulders
that
and got
ran out
out
of
the way.
bounds. It's not good, Harry. It's not. It's throwing an interception. It's like, well, it can be worse than throwing an interception. Ooh, pick six. What can be worse than a pick six? A pick six, and
With
you look
with
like
the extra point.
you did like an Olay with the bull, and you just sweeping. Hey, it's open. It's an open lane right here, guys. You know, I'll see you after the kickoff return. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, let's educate the folks real quick.
It's levels to this.
There is levels to this. Let's educate these
It's
folks.
bad. It's awful, Harry. It's awful. It's really, it really is honestly awful. And there is no, man, there's no covering up for it, dude.
All right, machete aunties and uncles, those who are here without not for football, but you want to hold up your nephew. This is what a dig route is, because we can't assume that everybody knows all of the jargons that we are speaking. A dig route is also known as an in route and is a pass route in football where a receiver runs straight downfield a short distance, typically 10 to 15 yards, and then abruptly cuts towards the middle of the field at a 90-degree angle. It also is also designed to exploit potential gaps in zone coverage and create a window for a quick pass. And a zone coverage is not man coverage, meaning like each person has a man to cover. So the wide receiver, I mean the cornerback has his man. Everybody has a man to cover. So in zone routes, which Kevin Stefanski is really good for, he's going to be using those zones, those zone plays, dig routes, because he's calling plays this year. This is what I've learned about him in the short period of time that I've known him for. He's a zone kind of guy. So these dig routes are really good for 10 to 15 yard plays. And that's why they're trying to use it for Dylan Gabriel. And he's very sharp with that. So I can kind of understand why they use those dig routes and those in routes for Dylan Gabriel. And if that's his thing, that's what he does. It seems like that's really his guy. Like it's making sense to me because if Kevin Stefanski is good for zone plays, then these dig routes are really like, if you all right. That's what this is. But anyways, that's a zone thing. Let me go ahead and get my next person. Who was the next?
J.R. Boxing. Hey, J.R. Boxing. Hey, check me on this, but didn't it seem like 5 to 7 yards? Like I was getting sick of it.
I mean, it was very claustrophobic football.
Okay. I'm just checking, man, because I was throwing up on him. I was yeah.
Yes, it was
very much
if you're used to Shador balling, then yes, you felt a little claustrophobic if you watched the game, okay? And because it was like short in and out passes but then again, because there's the dig routes are such short plays, the chances of a pick six are very high, because I mean you're basically just throwing it as soon as the guy takes off. All right. So
Harry,
the corner could jump the route.
Yeah.
The chances really on dig routes, if you run it properly, the chances of an interception really are supposed to go down.
Because there's such a short pass, right?
Short pass and the quick movement.
Hey, but here's the issue. Once they figure out what you're doing, then I would say they're gonna Travis Hunter you. That's when they start to bait you and thinking like they can't cover. But if you got those NFL DBs, they can cover.
They'll jump that route.
They'll jump the route, and that's what happened in that play. It looked like they were just covering man, and then next the dude was like, "Oh, I see what's coming." Bada boom, bada bang, touchdown.
The coach was trying to pack his stats. That's all that was. Yeah. He was trying to get him.
We all know he was being soft pedaled.
Oh, yeah, he was
making a lot of good points tonight.
He was trying to pack his stats
so that it can come out that Dylan Gabriel had a lot of. You know what?
Had way more completions than
72 QBR versus 106.
Ooh. That's what that was about.
72 QBR versus 106.
Peter, you're next, but You're making some good points tonight, Panda. You know what? This season, I'm gonna have to get one of those sound makers where if somebody makes a good point, I go ding, 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 and then we
Bum,
all,
bum, bum, bum.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying. But you're making some really good points tonight. I definitely got to get some sound makers. But Panda, your thoughts? Why are we digging and dinging with Dylan Gabriel? Dinging, Dylan
But
Gabriel. Why are we doing that?
I'm gonna even point something out deeper that you all missed.
Even more. Go ahead, man.
When he got his routes, when there was need to convert the first down, the receivers were at the line or crossing the line. Now go look back when Shador had to make the first down, they were coming inside the line. So they didn't, even if they caught the ball, they couldn't get to the first down. So even how he was calling the plays was not in Shador's best interest for him to get the first down. So when we start talking about play calling, he was even sabotage on the play calling. When there was time to move the chain, you see how
Wait, who was sabotage on play calling?
coach was sabotaging Shador on the play calling.
Oh,
Look
come
at
on, Panda. What are you doing?
Go back and look at the play calling.
Come on.
Listen what I'm saying. When he needed to get the first down, they were calling 5-yard plays that they were not at the sticks. I want you to pay attention to it.
Man, that's
Every
a
time
terrible
Hey,
thing to
True.
say, but that's exactly what I was thinking during the game.
Come on, man. Shador had nine first downs. Come on, cut that
listen
out,
to what
man.
I'm saying. When he got the first
man.
down, they were
Leave it
big.
to Panda. Panda's gonna call those out.
Come
Wait
on,
wait
man.
now. When he got the first down, he ran. When he got the other first down, it was 20-yard throws. They were not first downs when they were 3 and 5 and stuff like that. He was not converting them because
Shador ran for a first down because the protection broke down. Okay, so that's
right. But what I'm
debunked.
explaining to you, what
So
was the rest of first downs? Were they straight 10
it,
yards? No.
the one from the end zone, did
Mike.
he not throw a 20-yard in cut
That
from
is
the
the
end zone,
point
from his
I'm
own end zone?
making.
All right, guys, listen. I just
Listen to
want
the
to
point
say,
I'm making.
listen. Let
farther
me
enough to get a
put this
first down.
disclaimer.
What are
Let
we
me say
talking
this
about? Come on,
disclaimer.
don't do
I
that,
just want to
man.
say the
Don't
views
do that.
and the views that are shared on TLP. All of these views are not my views. I am not. I don't know if I'm buying this one, Panda. I'm gonna let you ride. I don't know if
All
I'm
right, so
buying the sabotage play,
let me
but I'm gonna
finish
let
the
you ride
point.
anyways. All of these views are not
Let
my
me
views.
finish the point. What I'm trying to say to you, I want you all to go back and look at it. When Shador first downs were 15 to 20-yard throws, when they were 3rd and 5, 4th, 3rd and 1, they were not running to move the chain. They were doing slant routes across, or they would run the ball. They were not putting him in a position to get the first down. The times he did, he was showing his arm. What was the criticism of him going into the draft? His arm is not as strong as Gable. They
Panda,
literally said
Panda.
Gable arm was stronger.
Panda, I'm gonna have to Kanye West you. I'm gonna
All
let
right.
you finish, but I got a question. Why are you
Mhm.
different color pandas in different rooms in your house?
I'm on my phone versus the computer.
No, I understand, but why are
We
you
got red
different color?
panda tonight,
Why are you
dog. We got
different color
rare.
pandas? Why
We
are you
we
different
got
color
rarefied
pandas?
red panda tonight, dog.
Right. Why are you
I don't
different color
change it back
pandas
too
in
late.
different color?
I don't change it too late. Yo, you still got that, man? That's messed up, bro.
He
I
hitting the
thought you
whole
lost
full
that
drop.
picture by now, bro.
Hey, second from the right. We got second from the right tonight, baby.
Why?
Yo,
Why are you
I
different
can't
color
believe you.
pandas?
Yo, this image is
It's,
about a year old, almost a year
it
and a
should be
half.
it should be blue. It should be blue panda.
I know.
It's
Yo,
nighttime. It should be blue panda.
yo,
Why
where
are you
you?
the different
Yo,
color? Man, I don't get it. Why are you different color pandas in your different devices?
yo, you a fool, yo.
All right, go ahead and finish your thought, man.
Now, but what I'm saying is, in the play selection for Shador, you could see where the selection from the coach was not even in Shador's best interest. It's just that they didn't expect Shador to play so well. He overachieved. You see what I'm saying? He
I
literally
can give you
overachieved.
the expectations of Shador not playing well And I can give you that, but I don't know about the sabotage. You could be right.
Yeah.
There could be a way, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to go with this.
Because
it's a little slippery slope for me.
That's a slippery slope. And the reason why I say that is because they're not just evaluating Shador. They're evaluating so many other things on the field. So for you to just say, well, they set him up with the play calling. So they mean they set up all them offensive linemen, all them receiver, so nobody need to make the team because they set
Yeah,
up
but
Shador.
listen
Like, come
to
on,
what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
do that.
Yeah, that was
Listen to what I'm saying.
Panda, that
I'm
was a
literally
test, bro.
saying,
That was a test, and it wasn't just a test
right,
with the door. That was a
right,
hard line test. Like,
right,
how much progression are we going to see today?
right.
What is he actually capable of today? Well, good Lord, have mercy.
Exactly. Well, if you all believe that he was not put in a he was placed in the best position to win, why not give him a run with the ones and twos? If you are claiming that he's placed in the best, because if we're saying he competing, right? If everybody's getting a fair chance of competing, which means there should be, say, 10 reps for Flacco, because everybody already said he's a starter. There should be 5 for Dylan. He never got one with the ones. And then you are expecting him to have smooth hands off. You are expecting him to have great timing. You're expecting him to be in a if you listen, he was mic'd up. He start asking the people, yo, are you hearing the snap? Am I saying it loud enough? Am I throwing it right where you want it? He has to do the adjustment in real time because he never had the privilege. So what that young man did was above and beyond. We can't shortchange him. What I'm saying is beyond putting him in a position to fail from the practice. What Coach Prime always say, how you practice is how you play. Dylan was throwing interception in practice. He threw it in the game.
Wait, are
When
you
it
still
comes,
answering the original question? I feel
Yeah,
like
because I mean you
nah,
kind
but
of
the point
moved it
I'm
now,
making
man.
is
So,
I feel
man.
like when it comes to the play
I
calling, we
forgot
talking
what
about
question
play
I was
calling.
asking.
Panda then went left.
It
I
was the
know
I
play
know, man.
calling. I'm
Panda
literally
started a
saying,
whole nother segment by himself.
in my opinion, the play calling for Shador versus him, and if y'all are saying the play calling is set up for them to be them best, at Gable's best, he had interception for a score. He fumbled. We got to look at it for what it is. So at his best, with the best play calling assigned to him, he was still trash.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey, Harry B, I got a question to that. I got a question real quick.
I was about to get the Todd Smith, but go ahead with your question. Ty, you're next.
Oh, my bad. Is Ron Tate, you still on?
Ron Tate went to sleep.
It's
Okay,
getting late for my old guys.
Nah,
I'll
it
ask.
sounded like Ron Tate was eating dinner or something like that when he was talking the first time. He had to be snacking on something.
It's about to be
I'll-
breakfast real soon. It's getting
I'll
late.
ask Mr. Smith, and then you can roll into him giving his answer. But Mr. Smith, what do you think about Stefanski having to call a timeout because Gabriel fumbled with the pre-call? That was supposed to be a Shador
He
problem.
didn't have the. That
was supposed to be a Shador problem, right?
Shador, but but that was his pick, though. But like you said, Wild Dog, this is the Cleveland Browns. But what you was talking about, Harry, Kevin, man, he get an F from me from the play calling for one for drafting Emmanuel Sanders, but that's here nor there.
For drafting Sanders?
Never mind, it went over your head, Panda.
Okay.
But anyway,
Respect your elders.
he did he get an F from me on the play calling because here's the thing.
Okay. Break this down for me. I want to hear this.
Okay. Dylan Gabriel, those dig routes, those quick slants, that's his forte. That's what he's best at. Always have been, even in college. That's where he soars the best at. Those quick dig routes, quick out routes, quick slants. But Stefanski built his play calling so he can showcase Dylan's strengths. But it didn't look the same when Shador played against the Panthers. But here's the second thing to that. We didn't see a lot of down the middle or post routes because Dylan Gabriel is so short. And I heard a quarterback commentator break this down. Being so short, lineman being so tall, when he do throw, the ball has a tendency of elevating up, which can cause that timing to be intercepted a lot quicker versus somebody like Joe Flacco that's throwing down because of his height. So Dylan, thinking that they can win with Dylan Gabriel in the postseason with just those dig routes, quick slants, is a recipe for disaster. Because Shador went against Carolina ones on his first drive. Dylan Gabriel went against the twos and the threes for the majority of the game. He didn't even see any ones.
In his defense,
And
the Eagles' 2s and 3s are very good. Just in
it
his
doesn't make
defense.
a difference. They're still
No, but
twos
let's
and
be honest.
threes.
The 2s and 3s for the Eagles, though. I want to be fair.
If you've been looking at them this season, they haven't really looked that impressive to me. But that's here nor
There
there.
wasn't too many twos out there though, for real.
But the twos were out there. They still backups to the ones. So what I'm saying is, if he threw a pick six against the twos, and then that pressure that's going to be coming with the ones, if he does get in the game this season, he's going to be exposed a lot louder than just his preseason game.
Well, while you're talking football, I guess I'm officiating a marriage between DC and Shantae in the chat. They're now chat married.
I was reading it. I was like, what happened? What did I miss?
Going on? Can y'all get back to football? But anyways, they just got married. So if y'all want to send gifts, send it to my Cash app. I'll make sure they don't get it.
Shantae said she want a X6.
Shantae says if she's married in the chat, she ain't cooking or cleaning. So and DC said if she ain't cooking, then he ain't paying no bills and she gotta change her own oil. That's the messy stuff that's going on in the chat. So, anyways,
he gave her a O2 Ultima. He don't love her at all.
That's love and hip hop.
O2 Ultima. That's evil.
Too much in the chat right now. Kevin Stefanski's offense, for those of y'all who don't know, the aunties and machete uncles and the Bible aunties, Kevin Stefanski's offensive scheme in Cleveland emphasizes a run-heavy approach, utilizing the wide zone concept and play-action pass, often with multiple tight ends. The Browns prioritize establishing a strong running game and usually play action to create an opportunity opportunities for deep pass plays. The Stefanski's scheme also features a lot of motion to create leverage and mismatches for the receivers. All right, so we're doing a little bit of work today, educating the audience and making sure that everybody's on the same page. You feel what I'm saying? But we come to a place now. Let's go ahead and finalize this thing. It is 11 o'clock. I know a lot of your Bengays wearing off. You got to go to sleep.
But I do think Gable throw a better floater than Shador, though.
A better floater. All right, so then I'm glad you said that. I want to know how many of y'all with the short game think that Shador is better with the short game or Dylan Gabriel. This is a rapid fire. What's the name? Segment. So, who's better at the short game? Shador, give me a short answer. Don't go over 20 seconds. Okay. JR Boxing, short game. The digs and dings. Who's better at that?
What part of the field with the dig?
Choose the part of the field. I'm just saying the short game. Who's better, Shador or Dylan?
He's asking because Dylan's allergic to the red zone.
Okay, so we'll start with Wild Dog. So okay,
what?
This is rapid fire. Wild Dog, you got 20 seconds. Go.
Dylan, because he's got to be. That's got to be his thing.
Why does he have to be? I'm asking who's better.
That's got to be his make it or break it. So Dylan, Gabriel.
All right, Panda Bear, your turn.
It depends on the field. I think the dig routes that bring you across the middle, Shador tends to hit. He tends to laser it in the middle. So if it comes to the middle of the field, I say Shador. If it comes to the left of the field, Shador, because that's where the interception was. If it comes to the right of the field, Shador. I don't know if you get it yet. I'm Shador all the way through. I don't know. I don't know if you. I didn't want to keep going. I wanted to stay in the 20. I wanted to stay in the 20. I wanted to be disciplined this time.
Look, man, it's just
when it comes to handing off the ball, Shador, because he fumbled.
Well, at least you show your true colors. All right, Ty Smith, who's better with the short game? And you ain't got to pick a part of the field. Who's better with the short game, Shador or Dylan Gabriel? You got 20 seconds.
Hey, y'all been saying Gabriel's the midget, so Gabriel's got to have the short game. He's the midget.
Oh, right? Come on.
With the
stoosh.
The one who got locked up, right?
I definitely need a sound maker this year. Go ahead, Ty Smith. Dylan is better with the short game. Oh my God.
With the quick out route, dig routes toward the sideline, I would say Dylan Gabriel, because I feel like he has the stronger arm.
Okay.
But over the middle, anything coming toward the middle, I would pick
you picking
Shador.
parts of the field? Like, I was just talking about the overall short dig games. Like digs and dings.
I'm telling you their strengths and their weaknesses for both of them. Because Shador is not good with, in my opinion, is not good with the out route. You see what happened when he was at Colorado down there, and he threw that pick six trying to throw it across the field. I feel like Dylan Gabriel arm is a lot stronger when it comes to those quick out routes. But anything over the middle, Shador all day because of his ball placement, and that's how I'm gonna leave it.
So Shante said DG has max protection. Are we talking about the O-line or are we talking about the front office? Because we got to be clear. We got to clarify. Both. We got to clarify what we talk about. We talk about that. All right, so we got Ron Tate. Ron Tate, you still in the building?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right, so who's better with the digs and dings? Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders?
I'm going to have to join with my partner and keep it short and sweet. Shador is the most accurate passer, period. No matter where he's throwing the ball.
I think Gabriel got titles for that, so I wouldn't want to say
his pass has also been clocked faster than anyone in camp this year, as far as the speed of the ball, and that's why the question about his arm strength died out coming out of the media in Colorado.
Good point.
No one's talking about his arm strength because he does have a strong arm.
Yeah, it's a bunch of narratives dying off after the preseason game. You feel me?
Yes, sir. You're 100% correct. Shador is more accurate than.
So you're going with Shador?
Yeah, all the way.
All the way. Hey, Chantel, we didn't ignore the max protection. I asked you a question. Are we talking about the offensive line or are we talking about the front office? Because the protection.
Are we talking about maxi pads? What's going on?
Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa.
What are we doing here?
Wait a minute. You are comfortable. You are comfortable.
I called in for.
Lord.
Gabriel kind of punked out during that press conference. So I mean, he needs max protection.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Wait a minute. What in the world? Wait a minute.
JR Boxing.
What did you just eat?
Yeah, my answer is Dylan Gabriel. I think he just a little bit more polished that the little
Could you mute his mic, please?
And stuff like that. So
could you please mute his mic?
That's just what I think. That's what I've seen
We
from
didn't
him the
say this is not a segment
last
about
2
who's a
years of
better
his
quarterback.
college career up into the NFL. I
Can,
mean, he
Yeah.
can you
started
mute
off
his mic? Is
8
you
for
saying
8.
that with a? Is this a sarcasm statement or
Well, I
not?
mean, brother,
No, I'm with
I'm
JR.
just being honest.
I'm with
I'm just
JR
being honest,
Boston.
man.
I'm with JR
What?
Boston.
He
From what
literally
I
started
watched,
off 8-8, like dinking and dunking. That's where he started off. That's his strength. That's
yeah,
why he
I
got
agree.
drafted out of Oregon. That's his strength. That's what he did at Oregon.
Well,
I
That's
wasn't
his
agree.
his
strength.
pick six and
Now,
out? Wasn't his pick six and out?
but that wasn't a dink and dunk. He was out of the pocket at that time. That's not his strength. Being
That's
out of the
his
pocket, that's not his strength being out of the pocket. Unless he's
that
running. But if he
he can be out of the pocket and still complete. It's just the fact that he looked at those two green jerseys and still decided to throw the darn ball,
yeah,
and it went for
Yeah.
six.
Hey,
that was a
can I
bad
point
decision
something out?
altogether, but
Can I point something out?
he's a good
I
dink
don't
and
want to
dunker.
height
There ain't nothing
shame,
wrong
but
with that.
don't you? If you're 4'9", 4'9", 4'11", 5'1" on a good day, don't you have to get out the pocket to be able to see anything? So does he not have to come out of this pocket?
You
Because the
know,
dude
you
is
Not
a
notice
short dude.
necessarily.
He
you
literally
Not
has
notice
to
that
come
he
out of
was
the
in
necessarily.
pocket.
shotgun. He had him in
Hey,
Yeah,
shotgun majority of the
not
that,
game.
necessarily. Kyler
that's what's
Murray
called a
does it all the time, and Kyler Murray's shorter. So I mean, it just
Wait,
that's,
depends on the
Murray
timing
is
of the
shorter
route.
than Dylan Gabriel?
yeah.
Yes, Kyler Murray is the shortest
Kyler Murray is short,
quarterback in the
bro.
NFL. He's
Hey,
short.
that's what's called a Gabriel jump pass, man. That's what's called a Gabriel jump pass.
Somebody said in the media that he was on his tippy toes the whole time he was playing. I said, Lord,
I mean,
you're
Like a
leaving
probably
good.
was,
ballerina.
but
Like a ballerina.
Hey
Hey, man.
guys, I enjoyed you, man. I got to run, Harry.
All right, Ty. All right, Ty. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. We about to end anyway.
No
But
doubt.
yeah, but I agree. I'm with Dylan Gabriel as far as when it comes to those short dings and dungs and those dig routes. I feel like he's really good with it. From what I saw, I was like, oh, this he's playing pretty well. He's doing pretty well. And listen, everybody's gonna throw interceptions. Everybody's gonna do bad. All right.
Should all almost had one if we're being honest.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So everybody's gonna do poorly at some point. We're just glad that Shador did not do that because the media, the way that they're handling Dylan Gabriel's, I guess faults. I'm glad that Shador did not have it because then Shador is the way that they're going to critique Shador because of the fan base. Shador does not get a fair shake when it comes to the mistakes that he makes because of the fan base. We hype him up so much, we turn people against him. A lot of the people that don't like Shador, it ain't because Shador's a bad person. It's because we hype him up so much. So they hate him. A lot of them hate him, because of us. So I just wanted to make that clear. But let's get final thoughts. We got to get up out of here. It is 11 o'clock on a Monday night. It's almost Tuesday. Let's go final thoughts. We're gonna go backwards. Panda Bear, Red Panda. I guess are we calling you Living Room Panda?
Yeah.
All right, Living Room Panda. Final thoughts, please. Let's get up out of here.
I just want to congratulate Shantae on her marriage and her divorce within 15 minutes. That will have to be annulment, I guess. Congratulations. The chat is crazy.
Yeah,
But
how we get messy in the chat tonight? What the heck?
man, it
Did I
went
not do a
from
good job of
marriage
trying to
to
keep this
annulment.
conversation going?
The annulment came after she said she couldn't cook. So the cooking was a turnoff, I guess. But look,
I can't trust two light-skinned people getting married in my chat. Yo, this is weird. That's what y'all light-skinned folks be doing, yo. Y'all can't be too messy. Panda,
I thought that was makeup. I didn't know Shantae was light-skinned. But look,
go ahead.
I think even how we are discussing it now, we are still giving Gabriel the benefit of the doubt, even though he was more prepared. He had the better O-line.
I know. Why are we collaring him? And we wouldn't be
We are literally cuddling him just because JR Boxing know him from somewhere. I don't understand. Like he's giving him like
That's
one
my
of those
cousin, man.
participation trophies. Like
We grew up
we
on the
are
island
not
together.
doing participation trophies. He was terrible on his first outing. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Imagine that you met a young lady and she gave you the number, and then after that, there's been no communication. It's how you finish. He
I thought you
started
were gonna go
great.
left with that one. Woo.
No, I know how to pull myself back.
Thank God.
Yeah, I was like, nah, this
Oh,
probably
you
not.
finished, Lord.
Yo, but what I'm saying is, look, I was saying he started off great, but you have to run a race that you finish, that you win the prize. And at half time, he was not at the same place Shador was halftime. He didn't have a touchdown pass. Let's so he did not get the ball in the end zone. So when it came to the red zone, he's 0, a fat egg. I don't know why Mr. Boxing. I don't know if he expects to train him in boxing or whatever it is, but he's very lenient on his grading. And Harry, you are also leaning on his grading. I need you to bring back the energy when we knew he was talking about entertainers. Bring back that entertainment energy.
Hey man,
Closing
look.
off, I really wanted to say that I think that
What do you mean closing off? You started a whole new show. Come on, Panda.
but this is what I'm saying.
It's
Seriously, I
closing
think
comments.
that
We're not supposed to be a whole. You don't get a whole minute on closing comments.
I
Harry
really
B,
think
how
that
did you
Gabriel.
have Panda start the closing? How do
I
you have
know. I should
Panda
have.
start the
I don't
closing?
know,
I
man.
know
I
you
thought maybe
definitely
I
should have had
He
him
know
at the
he
got
know
closing.
something to
better.
do.
You know what I'll be doing. You know exactly what I'll be trying to do.
All right, Waldo, your turn.
Should have
Please,
been the
come on,
last
Panda.
comment.
Panda,
I'm like, I got like 5 seconds to say hello, goodbye, yeah, blessings, whatever.
I know, right? By the time you get to me, I'm gonna just say, "All right, guys, good night."
No, just straightforward. It's like, man, just rookie, no rookie. He's a grown man. UCF is one of the largest campuses in the whole world. UCF
Let me
campus,
remind this up for you, Wild Dog.
UCF campus
Is
is
he being
bigger than your
protected
city.
because of his color?
Oklahoma is a huge market football.
Did you hear me, Wild Dog?
Oregon, man, I'm not giving Gabriel no pass. He stepped in it. He's into it up to his neck. Let him have it.
Okay.
Let him have it.
All right.
There's a lot of passion in that voice this late in the
Ron
night.
Tay, I'm gonna ask Ron Tay because I know he never disappoints. Is Dylan Gabriel being protected because of his color? In your final thoughts, go ahead.
Listen, Dylan Gabriel classifies as someone that would be protected because of his complexion.
Huh.
Is he being protected? Has he been protected? Yes.
Mm.
And he continues to be protected. If there was a competition, he would be 5th on the depth chart right now. 5th, number 5. And they're going to continue to do that as long as he does not play. They can get away with doing it as long as he does not play.
Hey, Ron, DC said
but-
asking you that question is like asking if water is wet. That's why I asked him
DC
that
is
question.
a fool, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm kind of off tilt here because I don't have DC here to
be your yin to your yin.
yes. I know why he's not on. DC is not on because Gabriel plays so horribly. And what he means by horribly, I mean you can play 3 quarters great and have a horrible 4th quarter and be out of the playoffs, lose the Super Bowl, lose the game. So going 8 for 8 and then botching a handoff and throwing a pick 6, not very good. 72.3 or something QBR versus 106.
With no touchdowns.
Man, I can only wonder if that was Shador.
Oh my gosh!
What
What
the
are you talking
media would
about?
have done to him, like what all of the Mary Kays, because I think Mary Kay would have wrote something like, "That's why everybody was taking it slow on him because they knew that this would happen." Like, you know what I'm saying? I can only imagine that. I can just see Mary Kay just in glee, ready to type.
Yeah, he's a project.
You're right.
He's
He's a
probably 2 or
project.
3 years away.
This is why I've been telling you guys that they need to take it slow because he can't process. He's going to be throwing interceptions and stuff. And you guys thought everything he was doing in practice was great, but this is the game is different. Okay. All right, JR Boxing, man, you finish. Your turn.
Look,
Take it
man, it's
home.
professional sports with a lot of politics involved in it. Not always the best player gets on the field. That's just a part of it. That's politics of
I agree. I
sports.
agree to that.
All right. So to me, this not an indictment on Dylan Gabriel. It's an indictment on Kevin Stefanski. What are you doing?
You
Like
still saving him, man?
That's the question I have
I didn't
for
win you
Kevin
over at
Stefanski.
all.
That's the question I have for Kevin Stefanski. Because as a player, Dylan Gabriel, my job is to go out there and play. Whether they're gonna give me 160 opportunities to make mistakes, I'm gonna take every 160 and not care
Okay.
because I'm fighting for a job.
Yes, sir.
So if the organization is choosing to protect me or put me up on a pedestal, I'm a bask in it because you don't get opportunities like that in a professional atmosphere. It's few and far in between that a third round guy gets the type of treatment that Dylan Gabriel's getting. So
So
again, the
you
indictment
agree
is
it's
not on.
favoritism?
It's
It's
not the
final thoughts,
indictment.
Panda. You
The
can't be
indictment
interrupting the final
is
thoughts.
the
I'm trying to
indictment is
get
not
10
on
more
Dylan
minutes, man.
Gabriel. The indictment is not on Dylan Gabriel. The indictment is on Kevin Stefanski. It's clear that Kevin Stefanski picked Dylan Gabriel. So, from a Cleveland Browns standpoint as an organization, what are they doing? Because I knew from the way they picked up Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, neither Shador or Dylan Gabriel stood a chance to start the season as the starter. Clearly, Joe Flacco was named the starter today. We're having the least amount of reps in practice because you can't negate 17 years of experience. So, again, what are the Cleveland Browns doing? That's my question. That's my
Being the
final thought.
Cleveland Browns.
Hey, uh, this is the wild card. We're gonna leave it here, but this is a wild card. I'm gonna throw it up. Whoever wants it can take it. Shantae, the married and divorced Shantae said, "Do y'all believe this? That I don't know if it was a conspiracy, but was the offensive line protecting better for Dylan Gabriel than they were Shador? I don't know if she's trying to start something.
That's a fact.
Who wants that?
That's a
No,
fact. I take it.
that's fair. I mean, he
He
was out there with
had better protection.
first team guys. Yeah.
He literally was
Wait,
playing
both of
with the
y'all,
one.
Boxer, you agree with that as well?
Yeah. I mean, he was
Don't
running
agree with
with
me now. No. Stay over there.
majority.
Don't agree with me now.
No.
He was
Panda,
running with
he's
majority
good.
first team guys. Left tackle out there, right guard, and the center was like competing for first team kind of deal. So he had essentially 3 starters out there out of 5 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
So
And Harry B,
Oh,
I played in the trenches, so that's my thing. I'll watch the same game 3 or 4 times, looking at the offensive and defensive line, and yeah, that was easy for me to recognize. I'm like, who was in? I'm like, even right away, like JR Boxing went to, I'm like, oh, who was in and why? And I'm like, oh, okay, I see. I didn't disagree with it. I have a problem with it, but now that you ask the question, dang, how much favoritism?
That's what I'm saying. So even
then
the
I gotta
play calling.
apologize to Shantae. I should have took the time to
How much problem?
lean a little bit more into that question because it wasn't something that it was made aware to me, and I didn't bring it up because I never thought about it because that's if Shador didn't have the same kind of protection, and I think it's an overall consensus that he played better. Then
I brought that up. You didn't listen to me. That's all.
Dylan Gabriel having a better no, you did bring that up. Dylan
They
Gabriel
might as
having
well.
better
They might.
protection and then not playing the same, then that needs to be discussed. And I don't think the big media is discussing that.
No, Harry B, they might as well put a big blue stripe on Dylan Gabriel with one of those tabs.
So
Because this is what it comes to. This is what the reason I was making the argument about the play call being different. The type of play calls that Shador was getting required a better O-line because they had to develop in the middle of the field or develop going down the right side. And because he didn't have that, some of the throws were slightly rushed If you go back and look at it, so he still performed above average for the type of O-line he had and the play calling. You got to wait for them receivers to get open in the middle of the field. They were 20-yard plays. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to that, the favoritism was like, are you trying to get Shador hurt? Because nobody
Come
expect.
on, man.
Yo, let me lie to myself.
Don't do
Hey, what do
that,
you mean? You lie to
man.
yourself?
Don't do
What do you
that.
mean?
If you watch,
Lie to myself.
Panda, you
We
watch
covered
any
that with you,
preseason
Canada.
game. If you
There's sabotage and
do
there's
that, Panda.
testing.
Don't do that.
There's testing, right, JR? There's testing. He was just being tested. I don't know about
Yeah,
sabotage.
don't. I mean,
He was
yeah,
being
don't do
tested.
that, man.
He was given an
You
opportunity.
watch
He was given an opportunity to
any
say, okay, where he's at. You know?
yeah, you watch any preseason game. If they got third and fourth string linemen in there, that quarterback is running for their life, whoever it is. So, and
Yeah,
that's
but
what
this is what
happened
I'm
to
saying.
Shador. He was
This is what
running
I'm
for his life.
saying.
And there's nothing
Gabriel,
wrong with that. He made the best out of the situation.
but boxing. This is
But
what
then
I'm.
what
This
is
is what
the
I'm
final
saying.
assessment? If you take a look, if you look at that, then can you grade them the same? Because if Shador is not given the same type of protection, you know what I'm saying? It's like celebrities, like you know what I'm saying. If you got to,
Gabriel should have had the same line back and forth.
if you throwing out the presidents out there, and Obama only got two CIA people, you know what I'm saying, or two Secret Services people, but then Trump got 5. Then can you really say that they're both effective? I don't know what I'm.
No, not the same.
Man,
And that's
the
what
point that Harry
that's,
trying to make the point when Trump assassination attempt, where he had those
oh,
Secret Service people, where he had them
come on.
Secret Service people.
No. But no, folks, that's where
That's something else, man.
that's where you earn more reps. That's where there's shifts and reps. That's where you have a shift.
Hey, DC and JR Boxing should know about that one. They should be able to take that.
But I'm not touching it, man. I'm
Hey,
not
Harry
touching it.
B,
Yeah,
I'm leaving it
I'm
alone.
retired. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, my nickname is Wild Dog. I have an excuse. My nickname is Wild Dog. I have an excuse. Hey, Harry
I'm
B,
retired. It
there,
nothing to do with me, man.
there is something. Man, I thought about you when GM Barry and Shador were having their little powwow on the sideline, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, man, Harry B should do a short about body language because Stefanski's body language was speaking louder than a mother. His body language was screaming, dog. I'm like, Harry B should break this down for everybody because he was patting his leg like it was a hip hop song and a country music going on at the same time. Like, I don't know, dog. He was boy, it was a mess over there. You might want to look at you might have the photograph, but you might want to look at the video and maybe do a short reading Stefanski's body language. You know how you break it down, man.
I know. Hey, why
Do coaches interact with players during the preseason?
We can't have an after party when we do 11 o'clock shows, so we got to get up out of here.
Because I just find he wasn't interacting with you.
Let's not be selfish.
Hey, Stefanski was too busy twitching.
We can only do after shows, after parties when we do early shows. We cannot let this after party go past 12 o'clock. Let's get up out of here, guys. Man, I appreciate y'all. Look, we'll talk more about it. Shante, thank you for that question. I should have put more time on that question because I think that's important. Maybe we might even dealt with that back in on another show where we talk about the protection because I think that's pretty important to not talk about. All right, guys. Hey. JR Boxing, Ron Tate, Wild Dog, Panda Bear, and Todd Smith is on the show. Hey, everybody in the chat, DC, Surf, Jai, everybody that's out there that's keeping the chat. Shantae's in there, Uncle Weedy's, is it Uncle Neely, but Uncle Weedy, I don't know what that means. But anyway, salute to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We'll see y'all on the next one. Good night and God bless. Peace.
Good night, everyone.
Gabriel sucks. Bye.
Oh, Lord.